Now you're live.
Anybody there?
No.
No. So I won't say good evening. Although I could just
You
say
can say
good
whatever
evening
you-
to nobody. But they'll come on.
Did I ever tell you?
What's
that,
up, Catfish and Chris?
I ever tell you that I was the Lindbergh baby?
You were the Lindbergh baby.
Yeah.
He
it's-
told me that
it's-
before.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm the Lindbergh baby.
You're not old now.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
It's math. Don't
See,
confuse. Don't. No,
I'm
no,
not
don't go.
old.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it now.
I'm
I don't
not
want to
old.
talk about it now.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it now. All right.
What's up, Spencer W?
Spencer W. What's going
Rick
on,
S.
everybody?
Did you say hi to Catfish and Chris? He was
Catfish and Chris.
first.
What's happening? It's a beautiful Sunday evening in Middle Tennessee.
Oh, this is nice.
What's up,
Nice,
Dirty
nice,
Nubs, Corey, Terry, Dickie Farley.
It's all of our usual gang.
Yep.
What's
Thanks,
going
guys.
on, guys?
Stang Lincoln, James Fife, Jeezy Treasy, Mr. Foz.
Mr. Fox.
Mr. Foz.
I like that.
Did I get everybody? I'm trying not to miss
No,
anybody.
Baron? Where's Baron?
Terry Tro. No, not yet.
So, guys,
What's up, Fubar? What's up,
Fubar,
Joseph?
what's going on, brother? Fubar, the act. We're going to give some stuff away tonight. We're giving away.
Here, I'll go get it. Hang on.
Gonna get me away.
No, you're my own private Buff Del Campo.
Who wants a fat man?
Uncle Kathy's getting our merch giveaway stuff.
She's not driving away?
She could. She should if she had half a brain.
She might back over.
She would just.
That's a big noise.
Here.
Oh,
Okay,
what merch
so
do we have here?
We've got stickers,
Ooh, Uncle Tony's Garage stickers.
t-shirt.
And here, take that. And we have the which shirt is this?
They are original.
Oh, it's our original
Classic original.
shirt. In any size that you don't have to win this exact
Right,
one.
yeah,
We'll send
whatever
this to
size you are.
whoever this fits. But yeah, we're giving this one away. And
No, we'll give them whatever size they are.
Yeah. And of course the official UTG hat.
Udig.
Yeah.
Our classic official.
UTG.
You did the
Is that a
hat.
word?
So
Okay, here's your.
yeah, so we'll put the merch over there. So when John Wilburn pops up, he
What's up, Zero? He wants to
Zero,
know if
what's
you won.
do we have anything?
He's ready to
Zero doesn't
win.
already have?
He's ready to win.
You know, Tony, we do have something in the truck that Zero could win.
What?
But you just bought it.
I bought it.
Yeah.
What did I buy?
The plate.
I just bought it.
See, you're not generous.
All right, give Zero the plate. Zero, you won.
Does he have a Plymouth, though? He has a Dodge.
He doesn't care. Oh man. I was at a swap meet yesterday
Where?
here in Lebanon.
Okay.
So that's where I got the rear. And there was nothing there. There was no vendors.
But you got what you needed.
So
Yeah,
it could be this or
right.
this.
Right, what we needed.
I know.
We can't mail this.
No, here, give me that. Yeah, so Zero, you won a Plymouth plate. This was going on the front of my freshly painted Duster, you know. But that's okay. You won this, brother man. So we'll get that in the mail to you.
What's going on?
Zero's costing me a small fortune.
He is.
I'll take that home and pull a mold off of it and we'll make fiberglass. That probably costs more than those.
Probably.
He says, no, boss, that's okay.
No, Zero. You won it fair and square.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we have to wait for John Wilburn to come up with some questions for the rest of that stuff.
Yeah, John Wilburn is like the trivia master. So he'll come up with some questions and
Make up our own questions.
yeah. Well, I'm sure people have questions or statements and stuff.
Statements
they
or
can ask
questions?
Yeah.
And then you can win stuff.
What the hell is this shit? He's not the Lindbergh baby.
Okay, hang on. Let me see.
That is one sad story there.
David Shrim says,
It's not true. I survived.
Uncle Tony, what is brake wheel horsepower?
The horsepower that you get
When you break a wheel?
when you break a wheel.
I did that before.
Didn't you break a wheel?
You certainly did.
I never.
I'll tell that story in a little bit.
Okay.
It's wheel horsepower. If you put the car on a chassis diner, you're getting the brake wheel horsepower.
Oh, what?
Brake horsepower is normally at the flywheel with no accessories on it. Right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But wheel horsepower.
Yeah, but when you put wheel in there, yeah.
Bullnose Garage wants to know what happened to the live last weekend.
I was on the road picking up
Yeah.
motorcycles. I was
Man, that's a
expecting.
week already.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said
Yeah.
today.
What happened to the week?
It
I was
flew.
expecting to be back by like 7 o'clock, but like this thing was like really. It was like the.
You
Like,
went to Arkansas.
yeah, it was like the middle of Arkansas. Like the guy literally lived on an artillery range. So it was only in Arkansas, you know. So it took a little longer in and out than I.
What time did you leave?
Arkansas is as good as Tennessee.
I left at 5 in the morning. I
And
didn't
you
get
got back at
until
midnight?
Almost midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, long drive. You're like, I'll be back by 7. Sure you will.
I was being optimistic.
Always know it's gonna take longer.
What vehicle did you take?
This
This?
one, yeah.
Let's see.
The mighty Caravan.
Yeah, took the
God,
caravan.
I like those.
It's
I
my
don't have
favorite. This is my favorite thing on the planet.
What year was the aluminum slant 6 block 61, 62?
61, 62.
Yeah.
Yeah.
61,
Are there
62.
any of those
60,
around?
61, 62.
Okay.
And they made 50,000 of them.
Are you kidding
They
me?
made 50,000 of them. But what a lot of people don't know
That's
is
a
that
hell of a run.
AMC had an aluminum 6 at the same time.
AMC did?
AMC did.
I had no
Aluminum
idea
6
they
did
did that.
And they sold like twice as many of those as they did of the Chrysler.
Man, I assume that Chrysler had sleeves.
Yes, that
It
was
had
the-
sleeves in it.
yes.
It was before all the fancy
It was an
silicone.
open deck block, which was its downfall.
Really?
Yeah, cylinder head gasket sealing was an issue. Although I recently saw a thing that they use for the Hondas, because Hondas are open deck also. You know, the Honda cars, and they
Oh, yeah,
make,
they are.
they make a brace that you actually fit into the liners or around the liners between the to fill the water jackets around the deck, and it presses in there. So, but yeah, anyway, good.
PJ's Gold Mine and Mechanics is watching from Alaska.
What's going on, PJ?
Let's see. The Workbench Garage says, what year did Plymouth go out and what was their last car?
2000
1999?
or 99. Well, the PT Cruiser was supposed to be a Plymouth, and it never was, and it came out in 2000, April of 2000, and they put the Chrysler name on it.
The last car was
So
a
it must have been
Neon.
99. So the last car was a Neon?
I know the last car off the Plymouth line was a Neon.
Man, that was a sad day.
I know.
I had Plymouths, and I liked them.
Let's see.
Plymouth is always alive as far as I'm concerned.
Mike Gillette, I think I said that right. Tony, glad you're back. If I take the cats off my 77 Corvette 350, would I have to rejet the carb?
You don't have to, but you probably would. You'll see a benefit.
What's he taking off?
It's taking the catalytic converters.
Oh, cats. I get it.
Letting that bitch breathe. So yeah, you probably would see a benefit with just slight. You don't have to go crazy. Just you 1 or 2 jet sizes up would actually clean it. It would make you'd feel it. You'd feel it.
What rear differential is going into Bottle Rocket now?
This one right here.
I can't see it. It's dark in there. You'd have
Oh.
to turn the light on.
I can turn the light on. Or should I
Yeah,
turn the
we
light
can
on?
show
Okay.
it to them.
Oh, we'll do a rear end show and tell.
All right.
A rear end show and tell. Okay, everybody stand up.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm picking up my battery charger and grabbing the tripod. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
There you go. It's a
You see it?
71, 72 B body, 8 3/4, with axles,
Can
nice
you see
axles, no twist
Little
to them.
bit. It's dark, but
It is kind of dark, right?
It's
That's
kinda
the best
dark.
I could do with the light.
yeah,
Well, listen, I got a little light here.
you
Maybe
do.
we can shed a little light on it.
It's nice and painted.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's shoddy. I'm gonna
Shot
repaint it.
You gonna redo it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Hang
picked
on.
this up.
Someday.
Let's
Does that
get the
help?
light. That helps a
Oh
lot,
yes.
yeah. Whew. Much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody gets to see it.
So I picked it up at swap meet yesterday.
Yep. Okay, good. Sit down, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna go shut the light so we don't have dead battery.
Okay. A little blurry. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Max is beautiful.
So
What's
I'm still
up, Brian
hunting for a
Glade?
couple of things. There was no vendors at the swap meet yesterday. I was lucky to get that rear. So those rears are hard to come by. When they got to 71, most of the regular cars, almost all the cars you find in a junkyard, are 8 1/4. So finding a 71, 72 B-body 8 3/4, 73, 74 is the same. The purchase were a little bit different. But yeah, it's real. It's a rare find, and the guy just happened to have one laying in the back of his truck, so I snatched it. I paid more than I wanted to for it. I paid what, 2 1/4?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's done.
But what did he want? He wanted like
He
275.
wanted 275.
The brakes fit on it?
Everything from the other rear goes right onto it. The backing plates.
That backing plate get her to go?
It got ground down a little bit.
It's lighter.
It's lighter, exactly.
But it's not hurt.
It's fine.
DBC 105 says, "Hey Tony, DC here. It was good to meet you and your wife yesterday at the show. Maybe one day you can tell us about a 400 to a 470 build." It was good to meet you, DC.
Okay. Yes, nice meeting you also.
So 400 or 470 build?
Stroker 400. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do have it. Okay, you gotta realize now, we plan on doing this channel for a long time, so we have builds lined up for
Forever.
for years, really, literally for years down the road.
I'll bring you some more.
Yeah, no, there's already parts in the garage for a stroker low deck motor. So, and that'll be for that 68 Roadrunner that's in the garage. That has a 400. It runs now. It has a 400 in it, but it just sits there. So we're gonna build the stroker low deck motor for that car.
The Crow wants to know Nova or Chevelle. Given a choice, which one would you pick in which year?
70, 71 Chevelle.
Yeah, I'd go with the
71
Chevelle too.
Most beautiful car. One of the most beautiful cars ever built.
Is an El Camino a Chevelle? Yeah, I had a 72 El Camino. I like that car.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're okay. They're okay.
I had a 68 El Camino. I like that.
Just the Chevelle. You just look at it. Just LS6. Just, I mean, there was one I was growing up.
Speak up.
A guy that had he had both of them, both green. He had a 70 Grand Sport, and he had a 70 LS6. And I just remember seeing those cars parked in the driveway, back to back.
You know, my sister's first car was a 64 Chevelle SS. Man, it's used. It was only like 5 years old. It's a nice car.
What's up, Mopar Den?
What's going on, Mopar Den?
I like all Chevelles.
Armando says, the video you made about new lifters being faulty and destroying cams, is it a common thing with every manufacturer now?
Yes. Read through the comments. Don't take my word on any of this stuff. Just read through the comments. There's like 1,000 comments on that video, and there's like hundreds and hundreds of people who had exactly the same experience. So yeah, it's an epidemic. I can't tell you who makes what.
But you know how to look at what shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And that video got it.
Right. But yeah, it's super common. And the whole thing about finding used parts in new boxes, that's another thing. There were hundreds of people who commented on that video. They're like working auto parts stores, and they're like, yeah, this happens all the time. So,
Man.
Some people want to know why you took them back. I saw a couple of people ask that.
Okay, the cam that I put in there was from Hughes.
Oh, go ahead.
The cam that I put in there was from Hughes. So what happened was, it wiped out that cam almost immediately on the first startup. So the lifters I had bought from the auto parts store, and what I did was when I got the replacement set, I took the ones that were in the motor, I gave them a quick soak in gasoline, and I put them back in the boxes that the new lifters came in, and I returned them as defects because legitimately they wiped out my cam. They took the return immediately. There was no questions asked, but they never got actually returned. They got put back on the shelf.
Okay, Jim Douglas has a question.
Sure.
Wheels, tires. What do you do to stop wheels from slipping in the tires?
You could use 1/4-inch self-tappers. We use those for forever. You just need something that's long enough to stick through the rim by figure a little more than a quarter of an inch, not quite a half an inch, someplace in between there. A half an inch, no, that'd be too much.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
I bet you 3/16 is
Uh,
barely.
barely enough. I would say a quarter inch.
Okay.
But yeah, you could just use self-tappers. That's what we used to do.
Of course, it depends on how many, too.
Yeah, in fact, I'll be doing that when I put the rims that are going to be on Bottle Rocket. I'll be doing that to them.
Hadley Cape Breton says, best car channel ever. Much love from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and many blessings.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hadley. Justice Country Boy says, thank you, UTG. Got my 73 Polaris 360 running after 20 plus years in the garage.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I love those big C bodies, man.
Which ones?
He's got a 73 Polaris.
73. Those things are big, but they weren't as big as the ones after that. I had a 72. I loved it.
Yeah.
Nice big family car. We drove around.
That was the
full of
peak
kids.
of the fuselage style.
The 72 had the headlights down in the bumper. Remember, really low.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 year they did that. I know, the police had that. They were chasing me.
Oh, Wendy
They
English
got me.
says, me and the wife are visiting you from Pennsylvania. Missed you last week. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thanks.
You mean they came?
No, I think that they.
Hopefully
Yeah, there
they
was
I
were.
don't
no
know.
live last week.
Yeah, we didn't do one. Tony was
Why
in
didn't you take a
Arkansas.
phone with you and go down the road?
You should have.
I should have taken you.
Yeah.
We could have done a video on
Yeah, we could have.
in the carry van.
Let's see. Okay, David Strim says, much love from Junior's Auto. Any specific Mopar on your mind lately? What car and why?
My Duster.
You're obsessed now with the Duster.
Well, because that's the car that I'm working on this week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this whole week is going to be. So we did the video on the oddities of the Duster. So that's the car right now. I'm in the middle of prepping it for paint. I spent the last couple of days, sanding the whole thing down, fixing the dents and dings, and I really had to take all the paint off it because there was a bunch of scratches that went right to the metal. So the plan tomorrow, we're gonna shoot another video tomorrow with the old guy that had the Ford. I pointed at Buff. You're an old guy
Steve.
with a Ford. Steve Hanel. He had that the King Cobra. So we're shooting another video with him tomorrow with his Ranchero. But beginning Tuesday, I go back on the Duster and we're gonna get that thing in paint this week.
That King Cobra, I couldn't believe you're standing there by one. I've seen pictures of him, like a couple,
Dude, I touched it.
but there it was.
I touched it.
Okay, when are we going to give some stuff away?
Where's John Wilburn?
She's here.
Oh, he
John's
is?
here.
Oh, nobody said that.
Hey, John, we
He
Hello,
have
wants to come
John.
up with a couple of trivia questions.
we've got. Thanks, Fubor. Fubor put up the link to our merch.
Oh, thank you, Fubar. Yeah, if you guys want our hats, our stickers, or I'm not wearing one of our shirts.
No, you have the shirt right there.
Yeah, or our shirts. There's other stuff. There's priceless artifacts and
Artifacts.
relics and gold coins.
Where?
Where are these gold coins? I haven't seen these.
On Uncle Tony's Garage.
No, that'd be funny though. Some Dead Sea Scrolls.
Uh-huh.
Some Dead Sea Scrolls.
Dead Sea Scrolls.
Right.
Yeah, alien autopsy photos. All of that stuff is on there. UncleTony'sGarage.com.
Snippies.
I don't think so. Hadley wants to know how much does Bottle Rocket weigh right now?
Without a rear end.
Oh, the old Fury is still in it.
Okay.
Okay, when we weighed it, it was 3,000. What was it? 3,084 pounds.
84 pounds.
Right. And since then, I've pulled out approximately 14 pounds. So it should be right about 3,070. No, yeah,
Yeah,
right about
3,070.
3,070. This rear end is approximately 20 pounds heavier than the one that we're taking out. So,
But you took the hubcaps off.
but I did take the hubcaps
Right.
off. That was 2 pounds.
But you're going to get rid of those disc brakes.
I have to find drum brakes.
Oh,
for
you
it.
don't have any? Okay, well.
No, I haven't for anybody.
I'll,
I don't
I'll
have any for
keep
B-body.
my ears open. Keep looking.
Blue blurry.
So yeah, with this new rear in the car, it'll weigh approximately 3,080 pounds.
Hey, let me ask you about drum brakes. What
Sure.
years fit? Like B bodies from '68 on or something?
66 to 72.
I think my friend Carl's putting discs on his '69
I have 11.
Sport Satellite. He's got drums on it right now.
I need 10s. I have 11s.
Oh, you do?
I have 11s, which we, the high.
I don't know what
performance
his
brakes.
are. I don't know what his
So
are.
funny, if they're 10s, I'm a buyer.
I'll ask him. If he's not watching. Sometimes he watches, but he's works at night sometimes.
You can watch at work.
Not when he's driving a train.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Yeah, you can't steer the train anyway, so you run into
Right.
shit. Less likely. No,
What's-
I don't think they can do that.
What's wrong with oops, hang on. Where'd it go? Removing weight by running aluminum wheels.
Nothing. It just it doesn't match the look and the feel that I'm going for with that car.
Okay.
What is that?
What's that? That's a different car.
No, what's that doesn't match the feeling of
I have those steelies on the car.
Yeah,
No, just like all black steel wheels.
yeah.
That's the look I want for the car.
Oh, yeah, it looks right.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
it's
yeah,
strong.
I could drop probably a total of.
It was very heavy when I had to carry it off
God.
the track.
That wheel. Well, the axle didn't help.
Thank
and
you,
the drum.
Mopar
You're driving
Den.
the drum too.
Mopar
the
Den
drum.
sent $19.99 for drum brake fund.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I went over
Mopar
there to
Den.
grab that thing, and it's like it was bolted to the ground.
It's literally the heaviest part of the car. I mean,
Oh, man.
no, yeah, I could drop probably 50 pounds, like, boom, just like that by putting aluminum rims on it. But I want the look. I want that look of, just a stock car.
Joe Milburn says, you want to take Bottle Rocket to the track this weekend?
No,
No?
no, I'm not going to be able to. Well, first off, I got to clean paint, change this thing over. I got to put a drive shaft loop in the car. That was one of the things. There's two things to keep the car from being like legal. Well, there were three things. One of them was C-clip eliminators. And we found out what happens when you don't have C-clip eliminators.
Maybe you
on
should
a
explain to
C-clip
them
rear.
exactly what happened.
Okay, I will in a second. The drive shaft loop, because if the thing's stout enough to crunch an axle like that, it's also stout enough to toss a drive shaft. So I got to put a drive shaft loop in it, and I got to put a master cutoff on for the battery. But those are three things, and also an oil pan. I got to put an oil pan on the car. You get over if you watch if you watch your oil pressure gauges, you run on the car. She's right up there. You hit 6,000, 6,100 RPM, and the gauge just starts going like this.
Oh, you run it out of oil.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't shift when the shift light goes off. I shift when the oil pressure gauge dives.
Oh, my God. No, I never even thought about that.
So yeah, it runs out of oil. So it's got to get a deep pan, which is going to add another like almost 6 pounds to the car. Same amount of oil. Because what happens with a deep pan, even if you put 5 quarts in it. Okay, so you have a 5-quart pan. You put 5 quarts in it. When you come off the starting line, the oil stands up, and a quart or two gets caught up in the fucking rotating assembly. So you've
You
only
got
got
a rope going back there.
right. But with a deep pan, that same 5 quarts, none of it goes up into the reciprocating
Oh, so you
assembly
can
like
use
that.
it. That's the whole
So
point.
it could be used exactly.
Oh, and you don't get the windage problem.
Right, and right. So that's a necessity. I got to do that with that car. 'Cause, I mean, seriously, I know what's going to happen. The car's going to be on a good lap, and I'm going to be like, fuck it, I'm not shifting yet. And I'm going to end up spinning the crankshaft out of it.
Man. See,
What?
I'm not a
What?
drag racer, you know? I didn't even think of this.
I am, but I'm a very irresponsible one.
I just run anyway.
Let's see. Uncle Spumoni, where's my triple scoop?
I got your triple scoop right here.
Will you do a roll bar? And if so, will you chromoly to save weight?
It would absolutely be Kamali, but it's like a last resort. My intention is.
Dakota's here.
What's that?
Dakota's here.
Dakota. You need.
You okay?
Oh yeah, there's one on one pipe.
Okay.
Roll bar is necessary for 11:50 or quicker. So what I'd like to do is get it get it to run in that range, normally aspirated, spray it, get the number, so we got that out of the way, and then the car's going no time from that point forward. So, and it's going to Mexico. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not putting a robe on it.
Okay. What's up, Scott Speed Shop?
Scott Speed Shop. What's going on, Jediah?
Do you have front drums found?
I do not have front
No.
drums yet. I have 11s, but I might as well just keep the discs on there.
Okay. What happened to the Dodge Ram van?
Dodge Ram van.
Ram.
You mean the Ram Charger?
Oh, I got rid of it. I just wasn't
Ram
feeling
Charger, or is he mean the carry van?
it. Carry van's right here. This goes
This
nowhere.
is the only van there is.
This would be the last thing I own. I want to be buried in the carry van.
No, I'm not
You
doing
have to
that.
dig a deep ass hole.
South Jersey Jim says, yo, Uncle Tony.
Hey, yo.
Chase Sudici? I don't know what that means. Can reciprocating weight be reduced in a Street 440 safely to enable it to rev quicker? Is it worth the money to go to aluminum rods, lighter crank, and pistons?
Probably not. A lot of it depends on the RPM you're spinning with the motor. Anything under 6,000, I'd say no. The main reason you go to aluminum rods don't necessarily save weight. Aluminum rods absorb detonation, they absorb harmonics. You go to aluminum rods if, let's say, you keep repeatedly breaking a block. Let's say you keep splitting it at the main saddles because you run into detonation. Or you crack crankshafts. It's a common thing where you're cracking a crankshaft. You go to an aluminum rod to soak up some of the detonation, some of the bad harmonics that are working their way through. And that helps save your bottom end, just like aluminum main caps. You know, you don't go to aluminum main caps to save weight. You go to aluminum main caps to absorb some of the harmonics. So, if you're what?
I never thought of this. What you're talking about.
I
I just never even thought about it.
Oh, that's why I get paid the big bucks. Yes,
And that's exactly what aluminum would do.
yes, I know. Right. So those things, if you're running a detonation-prone combination, something that's blown, a lot of nitrous, super high compression, that sort of thing, then yeah, it's a good investment. If not, no, just stick with the steel.
Scott Speech Up says, I have them off Jezebel. She was a small manual drum car.
You got a whole 10-inch drum set up there?
Is 10's going to work on that?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah, they'll be fine.
Do you know how fast Bottle Rocket is?
I know how fast. Nobody else knows how fast.
We don't
it is.
care
I
about
I know nobody else knows how fast it is. Your little 318 that breaks stuff. Let's see.
It shattered that axle like a boss.
I know. Is there any benefit to putting headers on unmodified 2000 Dodge Ram 318?
Unmodified? Probably not. You'll pick up a little bottom end torque.
Okay.
So I'll tell the story what happened at the track.
All right, let's tell a story. We've got 300 people on, so you
You
can
do?
tell the story now. Yeah.
So, you got to go back to 2 weeks ago. We brought the car out to Union Hill over here, and the clutch. I had a problem with the clutch linkage, and we did that video. So what happened was, I cleaned the tires, I hopped the car. When I went to stop the car so I could stage it, the clutch pedal just went right to the floor because the bracket that holds the Z-bar onto the clutch can just folded over. We tried to fix it. We tried a quick fix, and the same thing happened. So brought it home. I welded a brace in there and fixed all of that. So last Tuesday night, we go up to Union Hill, and everything is good. The air is perfect. It's cool, right? I guess it was only like maybe about 78 degrees or something.
If that.
If that, it was
chilly.
70, maybe
It was
less.
the perfect night, right?
Yep.
So I cleaned the tires on the car. It was on the first pass. I cleaned the tires on the car. I do a quick hop with it, and it just bites and goes. It's like, right? So now in my mind, I'm on full send. I am sending this bitch, right? So stage the car. Tree comes down. I got the RPM up. I don't know how high it was. It wasn't incredibly high, but it was up there. I sidestep the clutch. Car steps out hard and it goes bang like that. Jumps sideways on me a little bit. And the first thing I said to myself was, oh fuck, I broke a spring. And then the second thing I said to myself was, I'm still rolling along. I'm just going to leg it. And then the third thing I said to myself was, nah, I've already blown the 60 foot. Let's just drive this thing back to the pits and see what we got to do. So as I'm driving along, I'm realizing, I remember there's like no sensation of dragging whatsoever. Got the helmet on, the exhaust is loud in the car, but there's no sensation of dragging. What happened was, when I come off the clutch, it snapped the driver's side axle. The wheel left, but it left clean, like I didn't run over the wheel. It just scooted itself out of the housing, and all I felt was just boom, like that. Did not know I lost the wheel. Well, when I get back, I find out that, yeah, not only did I lose the wheel, but I left a trail. Okay, in that car, I run ATF in the rear end, and there was only 1 quart of ATF in the rear end. And I left half of that quart in a strip about 2 inches wide, about 400 feet down the track. They were pissed.
Mike Johnson sent you $25 and says, thanks as always, guys.
These people were pissed.
Thank you,
and
Mike.
Rightfully so. So I felt so bad. Like there was really nothing I could do. I told him I had no idea I lost the wheel. It was because the car's very light in the back and it sits up high, so it wasn't really dragging. It was just rolling. So I went up to the tower. I threw him $100 a grease sweep. I'm going to do more to make up to these guys for sure. But yeah, that was my bonehead move of
your life.
Move of the year. No, I've made bigger bonehead moves than
Okay.
that. Which is why I keep saying I don't want to drive these fucking cars because I have no sense of responsibility. You know what I mean? I feel boom, and my first reaction is, oh, just go ahead and leg it. so yeah, I don't belong in fast cars.
You think they were pissed? What the hell, man? That is completely irresponsible.
I know it was. It was off the chain irresponsible.
Yeah, they were mad.
Yeah, oh no, they screamed at me from one end of the track to the other, and I deserved every bit of it.
Well, in fairness, you couldn't hear them telling you to stop.
No.
Yeah, between the sound of the car and
I
your
was over
helmet.
the pits. I couldn't hear it
Yeah.
over the loudspeaker. I didn't hear it till you got out of the car, over by the booth,
Because it wasn't really
and that's when I heard the
dragging.
guy yell.
Right, it wasn't like when I was watching through the camera. It's a small screen,
Yeah.
but I really couldn't tell what happened either. I just saw that you were going kind of
Well,
slow after
you
you
don't-
left.
you
I
don't-
saw you move a little bit to
Right,
the side, but
exactly.
that was it. I was like, well, that's weird. What was going on? So yeah, I didn't know what happened either.
Yeah, there was no way for me to know that wheel had actually departed the car. It felt like it broke a spring. Now,
It
I
wasn't a
have
big
lost-
move that you made. It was just like you went sideways for a second, and that was it.
I come off the clutch, I sidestepped the clutch, matted it, and it went boom like that, right?
It looked like you lost traction really bad.
Right,
That's what it
exactly.
looked like.
But it felt to me like I broke a spring because it was just a shot up in the ass, right? So I says, okay. There was no dragging sensation because the back of the car sits high. It's nose heavy, it's static. See, the car transfers weight like crazy, but it's actually nose heavy. So when it lost the wheel, it didn't actually like dig in and grab the ground. In fact, I drove it from the starting line all the way to because they don't have a halfway turn off. You got to go all the way back. So I drove it 3/4 of a mile, dragging on the backup plate, and it only ground off about half an inch of the bottom of the backup plate. So it's not like it was like dragging on the ground and making sparks or anything. It just kind of leaned down like this, and it drove perfectly normal
Because the car's not heavy.
because the car's not
Because
heavy.
you took so much weight out.
It's the battery, the fuel cell, everything is on the right side.
Mhm.
This was on the left side.
Right.
But yeah, well, absolutely, it was a bonehead move of the year for sure.
Okay. Any video of breaking the axle?
No, and that's what sucks. There's a video, but she took it from the passenger side of the car. So all you see is the car leaves the starting line, goes like this, and then I just drive off slowly.
Yeah.
So you don't really get to see anything.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. Like when I was filming, I couldn't see it. I couldn't tell what was happening until I heard people laughing
Yeah.
and yelling, and they were pointing in one direction. So I went over and I looked, and I saw the wheel laying there, and I was like, oh, crap.
The video looks like I'm just driving on the street
Yeah,
slowly.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Then I drove down there to get Kathy.
Yeah.
And she's trying to roll that wheel with the axle and the
It was
drum.
heavy.
So I go to help her pick it up and put it in the back of my car thing's heavy. It felt like it was bolted to the ground.
It was fun.
But we got it in the trunk
But see-
enough that we could drive it back.
For me, it was a mixed emotions thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, I really fucked up here, right? But look, my little 318 just shatter an axle like that. You know, go bottle rocket. So
It's pretty good, Tony.
I think it's impressive. Have you ever seen a 318 shatter an axle? It didn't snap the axle. It exploded the axle. It's like jagged.
Oh, I just twisted it off.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the story.
That's a
Um,
big piece of steel to twist. Man.
It didn't twist it. It
Well, it
It
sheared
just-
it.
yeah.
It's like it. Yeah, it's like a twist shear thing.
Hank Hill wants to know, I have a concern about my 67 Coronet 383 with Holly 4-barrel. After I drive it for a while, it starts to slug when accelerating and kind of wants to die out when I stop. Any idea why? Thanks.
one more time.
Okay. 67 Coronet 383.
318.
Holly 4-barrel.
Holly 4-barrel.
Drive it for a while, it starts to slug when accelerating and kind of wants to die out when he stops. Any idea why?
Either the float is set too high, or the float is bad and it's sinking as you're going. It's probably a float issue. Probably a float issue. You know, I'm not Kreskin. I can only come close, you know. So, but I would say more than likely float issue.
Kurt says there's videos on YouTube of people losing entire rear axle assemblies.
Hopefully next time that's what we do. We lose the whole
The whole thing.
we shoot the whole rear end out from under the car. But I did say, how many times did I say the next weak link is the axle?
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
And it's one of the reasons why the car, I kept saying I got to bring the car up to spec because it wasn't legal. Running a slick or drag radial with a clutch, you have to have C-clip eliminators. And what the C-clip eliminator does is it keeps the wheel on the car if it breaks an axle. And I didn't have that on the car. So if I had that, if I had been rule compliant, it wouldn't have been an issue. I would have just given off the track.
Joseph says, I seen back in the day a lot of high pro race 318s and sprint and modified cars. And 340s were a lot of racing, but you can't see a lot of information anymore, so no surprise you got horsepower. You now have a new bench finder stand with that axle shafts and tire.
Yeah, we do. It's a souvenir for sure.
Let's see. Dodge Demon rear ends explode on tracks all the time. Let's see. Scott Speechup says I was impressed seeing the axle carnage. That is impressive.
Right? That's for all of the doubters. That thing won't make any power. No. Let me see your 318 shatter an axle.
They want the numbers though.
So do I. I want to see the
They're
numbers
gonna
too.
come.
But you got to understand something. Listen to me, right? Listen to me carefully with this.
Listen to
because
me.
This always goes on and on and on, right? I have 3 full passes on that car. That's all I have. 3 full passes. I have the first 2 that I ran at Buffalo Valley, and it was bogging. It was bogging. I made 2 more at Buffalo Valley, but I missed second gear both times. And there was a problem inside the transmission. I rebuilt the transmission, put a new second gear in it, new cluster gear. I put it back together again. We brought it over to Union Hill. I made 1 run with the 850 Holly on it, which fixed the bog, but then it ran away in the clutch. So it ran 886. Now the 886, let me explain something about that 886. I come off the clutch and they just slipped all the way through first. I banged second and it went whoa, and you can watch the video and you can hear the motors go whoa on the second gear shift. About 500 feet out, I shifted third. When I shifted third, it completely ran away. It went, "Whoa." And at that point, I took my foot off the gas. So I coasted the last probably 50 feet. If anything, I might have actually been on the brakes by the finish line. Because at that point, it was like, it's pointless to continue any further. The clutch is gone. So now we fixed that problem, and now we're, like I said, we're at an 886, which is the equivalent of like a 1350 in the quarter mile.
And that was with the brake dragon.
And with the brake dragon, but that's
Right.
another thing, Kyle. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not making excuses. I'm telling you exactly what's up. I've got 3 runs on that car, and none of them have been with the car dialed in or optimized. So next time out, we'll actually try to get a number. Like I'm at the point I have not received a time slip for this car yet that I can use for anything, right? There's no numbers that are going to be in these time slips that reflect what the car is actually doing. So, I know it's slipping a clutch, or I knew it bogged, right? So all I really want at this, I don't even care what number comes up. I just want 2 or 3 runs where I get a consistent time slip and I can say, okay, it's doing this, this, and this, and I need to try this, this, and this.
Hank Hill sent you $5. Thanks for the
Thank you.
advice. You're a big help. And I want your Roadrunner. Laugh out loud.
You'll not get it.
$5.
Not for any price.
Thanks, Hank Hill.
Nothing I have is for sale at any price.
It broke because it was old junk.
Yes, there's a whole chunk.
That's going to be on the Bottle Rocket t-shirt.
I do love that car.
Old junk.
I got to tell you something. Bottle Rocket is my favorite car. It's the box truck here is my favorite vehicle. But out of our cars, out of the fleet, I'm absolutely in love with Bottle Rocket. It's such a fun car. You just couldn't imagine when it's not causing chaos.
Oh,
You ever
boy.
sold a car you wish you would have kept?
My '72 Roadrunner, but that was like 35 years ago.
Oh, that's how I am. There's a couple of them 35 years ago, somewhere in there. I let them go, and I shouldn't have. Because there were so many of them then. It's just like,
I know.
Allie the Retro Kid says, UTG, ow, something bit me. Sorry. Ow. I have a 79 stock 360 and a 2-barrel Holly. The 2-barrel runs terrible, so I want to put an 800 Elbrock. Can I use a 4-barrel adapter to fit my 2-barrel intake? I can't afford a new intake. Ow.
You can. I know the carburetor that you have on there, and actually those carburetors work really good. They flow 380 CFM. Save your money. Save your money. Just get a proper intake manifold. Just get a. You can find them used like an Edelbrock Performer. You don't have to anything exotic. Throw an Edelbrock Performer on there. You can find them used for like $100. They're all over the place.
you ever watch Richard Holden?
Bless you.
I love Richard Holden. He's my favorite channel.
He just, like what, a month ago? Did that 6-cylinder Chevy with the adapter?
Yeah,
That's pretty interesting. It worked, but
it doesn't
not,
work as
not
well
that
as-
well. I
right.
mean,
The 800
I'm surprised that it ran, but to actually get more power, no, that's not the right way to do it.
The 800 Edelbrock's actually a really good choice for that motor.
Okay.
Yeah, manifold. Put the right manifold.
Put the right manifold on.
Any chance of seeing a Smog Big Block build on the channel? That would be a basket case of UTG badassery. Please.
We have a Smog 440, we have a motorhome 440 and a Charger. But I don't anticipate rebuilding it anytime in the near future.
So is there any problem with the track owner?
You're mad?
Track
He
with
was
the what?
mad.
Track owner.
I went back up afterwards. I went back up in the tower, and I put $100 on the table there, and this is for grease sweep, and if there's anything left over, you guys buy lunch. But yeah, I'm gonna make it up to them. I'll make it up to them.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I'll send Sammy up there with some food.
Some food?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here, I'll move my.
Hi from Nathan in Murray
No,
Bridge,
this is
Australia.
like a
What's up,
barrier.
Nathan?
Yeah. This is the way we don't touch.
We don't touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have males.
Right. We can lean
Touching.
towards each other, right? But this is a safety.
A safety.
Yeah.
Safety?
It's like the drive shaft loop.
Hey, we need a trivia question so we can do our first giveaway.
Yeah.
where's
We gotta
John?
do
Where's
giveaway.
John?
What are we going to give away first?
John,
What do
you
wanna
wait.
give away first?
You can give away the hat first.
Let's give away the hat first.
John Wilburn, we
John
need a
Wilburn,
question.
We need a trivia question for our hat giveaway, an actual genuine UTG hat. Buff Del Campo does not even have a UTG
Yes, he
hat.
does.
I do have one. My head is so fat that it just doesn't fit nicely.
Oh, these are in human size. These are, yeah, not hybrid. Yeah.
Hybrid fat head,
Right.
both man cells. And then I can't get a haircut because the damn,
Buff
barbershop
Del Campo
closed.
has one of those elongated skulls, like the Nephilim.
I was
Alright.
gonna say cone heads, but that's the wrong direction.
John Wilburn says, okay, question coming up. All right, let's watch for the question. Jedediah says he's going to hook you up with the old drum stuff. Our mutual friend Brian can deliver it all, probably.
We'll figure it out. Throw me a text later on. We'll figure something out.
Thank you. All right. What is going on? We're giving away a hat. We're going to have a question. John Wilburn's coming up with it. Let's see. Okay, question. What component of the automatic transmission allows it to coast when throttle is not applied? What component of the automatic transmission allows it to coast when throttle is not applied?
Do you know the answer?
Don't answer it.
Broken input shaft.
Do you know the answer, Tony?
Yes.
One more time. What component of the automatic transmission allows it to coast when throttle is not applied? This is for UTG
This is
hat.
for the hat. Answer this question correctly. Get a hat.
John Wilburn's gonna pick the winner. It's the first person that answers. Okay, 1962 Dodge Dart wins.
Already?
Yeah,
Got a
already.
winner?
That was fast.
Okay, 1962 Dodge Dart. Send me your name, your address, and that you won the hat to UncleTony'sGarage@gmail.com.
And the correct answer for everybody is?
And let me see. I gotta go back and look because I don't know what it is.
I got to tell you.
Oh, don't go now.
I got to make people.
62 Dodge Dart. I'm looking for it.
Well, run.
I'll be right back.
Hang on, John. What was the correct answer? Oh, he says he's in Australia. Give it to the second guy. No, it's
What?
okay. We'll send it to you.
Send it to Australia.
We'll send it to you. It's all right.
Well, I'll donate $1.
Yeah.
Get it there
Don't
overnight.
worry. Send me your info. It's not a big deal.
We need some UTG hats in Australia.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see. I still don't know the answer. I'm scrolling.
Scrolling through. Okay, you know what we usually do for this? We get a way that you don't have to scroll.
First UTG hat in Australia. No, definitely. Send me your info. We'll get it to you. In Australia, that hat spins backwards, yeah. I gotta make pee-pee, yeah. Is that what he said?
You want to
What?
read off here?
Oh. No, you know why? It's too small for me. I can't see it.
It's what?
Too small for me.
Oh.
Turn down your sound. Oh, it's a Sprague. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Cuda70GT. Oh, Zero Data wants to know, is Duluth going to race one of his cars? I think you should race Uncle Crystal.
Who?
Uncle Crystal.
I heard that part. Who's going to race her?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
With what?
Your car.
My Mazda?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting.
You should. You definitely should.
Somebody's pinging me here. Who's after
It's
me?
going to be Baron.
Probably Baron. I talked to him on the way down here. He was on his way to a meeting or something, and then
Okay.
he said he'd call in or something.
Okay.
Oh yeah. This.
Thank
is
you, Fubar.
Okay.
Are you back,
I'm
Tony?
back.
All right.
Whee! Oh, okay.
Okay, so he won the hat. He's in Australia, and he's like, no. But I said, don't worry about it. And Tony's like, jeez.
So we're having a good month tonight.
Yeah, don't worry. We're sending you the hat. Give us your info.
Yeah.
All right. Bruce W. 360 Magnum, 600 Holly, electric choke, orange box ignition. Orange box ignition, Proform Dizzy, non-return fuel filter, 6 psi electric fuel pump, 36 degrees total. Why hard to start from cold?
That's from John Wilbur about
Yeah.
the correct answer.
I know.
Oh, you do know? Okay. Well, did anybody say what it was?
I don't.
Sprague?
He
Oh, the
listed off all
answer.
of these different things.
Yeah.
Why is it hard to start when it's cold?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, do you have a choke on it? If you don't have a choke, how's your throttle feathering game? You know, I don't know. If it's hard to start from cold, let's say after it sits for 2 or 3 days, that's a result of the gas that we use today. It evaporates from the carburetor flow poles, so you've got to crank it until it fills up. So I wish I could give you a better question, a better answer than that.
What's up, Lazy A-Hole Ranch? The chickens are good.
Oh, chickens are awesome.
They're all well.
I had Maggie out interacting with the Australorps and the speckled Sussex, and
They're all providing eggs.
they're all providing. I got eggs
What
up
color
at my
eggs?
zoo. They're like
Different
brown.
colors?
They're all different browns.
They're all
Yeah,
different
They're all
browns.
different shades of brown.
That's pretty good.
Let's see. Zero Data says I'll give Duluth my Roadrunner, and if he can get it to go 11-second quarter mile on his own, I'll give it to him.
Duluth.
That's you.
Duluth.
You're Duluth.
It's my shirt, not me.
Go get his Roadrunner, Roll.
What am I gonna do with a Roadrunner? Where's this Roadrunner at? What do I have to do?
We got to get it in the 11s. We can do that. I got enough shit laying around in the garage, no problem.
He said with no help.
Oh, with no help.
Me? I have to get it in the 11s? That'd be interesting.
Mike N wants to know what's the difference between amp meter and a voltmeter. Thanks.
You mean in a car? Functionally, no difference at all.
Well, an ammeter will tell you whether you're charging or not. A voltmeter will tell you how many volts are available. So,
Well, the voltmeter,
ammeter will show like negative, it's not
right?
charging,
Right.
or positive, it is charging. A voltmeter will tell you if you got 12 volts or 11 volts or 13 volts or whatever you have. So,
Yeah, but if you have a line, if you have your voltmeter graduated, let's say at 12.5, 12.8, right, like
Mhm.
that, then it's going to do the same thing.
well, sort of.
So I'm saying functionally they operate the same.
Yeah, what'll happen with voltmeters is slowly go down and down and down until everything quits.
So would
Well, ammeter,
Yeah.
it's simple.
When do you want to give away the other stuff?
wait a few minutes.
A little bit? Okay. Let's see. Do you prefer mechanical voltage regulators or electronic?
I prefer mechanical everything, because I can fix it
Mechanical
on the
has
side of the road,
points in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you can adjust them.
That's right.
You know, if I want a little more, you know, I could bend the tang, right? You know, change the gap, and get a little more or a little less, right?
Back to my 56 Ford days, they had points in there.
Yeah.
You could adjust them.
Yeah.
Had a generator.
Yeah, I absolutely positively prefer mechanical. And when they take a shit, you can fix them. It's always one of the little wires that burns up, so you solder another little piece of wire in there and you keep going.
What regulates them now? Like a Chrysler alternator, like when they came out with them.
From
Whenever it was 1961 or whatever. You know the thing. It looks a whole lot different than a generator. What regulated those?
That's an
A
alternator.
regulator? Same thing.
Yeah, they had a point-style regulator until 1970, and then they went to the electronic style.
What regulates like a single?
Single field,
No, like a General Motors single wire alternator.
that's internal. It has an
Something in
internal
there
regulator.
does it.
Yeah.
It's electronic.
CW wants to know why would you want drum brakes on the front of a car capable of running 1099 in the quarter mile?
Because they're lighter, and there's less rolling resistance. And for the initial stop, the drum brake actually gives you more surface area than a disc brake does. It's repeated high-speed stops where you start to run into a problem with brake fade on drum brake cars. But no, they're fine. I mean, they're if you go back to the early funny car days, let's say 1970 and earlier, when they were running down in like the 8-second, the high 7, the low 8-second range, They used drum brakes and only on the back of the car. They had nothing on the front of the car. No, the drum brakes are perfect for this application.
And you got lots of room to stop.
And you can adjust the drums for lower drag than discs?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and on a drag car, a slower drag car like the one we're dealing with here, drum brakes have all the advantages over disc.
All right. Yeah, Bruce W., I got your message. You sent it to Uncle Crystal. Cool.
There can be an exception with that. If you're building a bracket car, let's say you're building a bracket car in that range, you know, that ET range. You're building a bracket car and you anticipate having to, you know, whack the brakes right at the finish line, then you're definitely better off with discs. You know, because that initial whack, you know, to not break out puts a lot of heat in them, and then you'll have to deal with that for the rest of the time you're slowing the car down. But if you're not bracket racing and it's just a regular run and you're just going to slow down normally, drums are fine.
Alex wants to know, why do you think semis have drums?
What do I think? I know why semis have drums, because drums are better.
It's simple.
Roll up your windows.
Roll up your window.
Never,
Yeah, that one
it's
won't.
never going away.
No.
Let's see. I want to do your trick with swapping around the pistons on my 72 360. Should I be looking for a set of 318 heads to slap on this thing, or just stick with working my heads?
I put 318 heads on the 360 because I was attempting a very specific goal with it. You're much better off going with the 360 heads. Sticking with the 360 heads. And do some porting with them. Definitely clean up the bowls. Definitely clean up the roof of the exhaust. Definitely clean up the intakes. You know, just get whatever. The bowl work is where you're going to get the biggest results out of that. But don't go too big. The 360 doesn't. You know, a regular street driver's 360 doesn't want a lot of volume. It's not. Don't go for volume. Just go for velocity, and smooth in and out.
Can you do a segment on changing a Mopar from sending all the juice through the amp meter to a voltmeter system?
You can. You just bypass it. Just take the two wires that are on that's screwed to the back of the gauge cluster, the red and the black one, and just screw them into a voltmeter and mount your voltmeter wherever you're going to mount it. That's all you got to do.
Let's see. We're talking about bypassing. Hang on.
Yeah,
They're saying thank you.
Bypassing what?
Well, he just talked about.
Yeah.
They're talking to one another.
The voltmeter's really simple.
Yeah.
Just ground in the hot.
Michael says drums won't break apart like today's cheap Chinese-made rotors.
That too.
Let's see. Rick S. says about the voltage regulator, exactly what I did. But man, the adjustment is very sensitive. Have it set to 14.5 volts now. Mopar. Yes, Gatsby. So you want to give away another thing?
Should we give away some more stuff?
Sure.
What do you want to give away?
Let's give away the shirt. No,
The shirt?
let's give away the stickers.
The stickers next?
Here, you want
What?
to model the stickers?
Do I peel the back off and stick them on me, or
No, you
just hold them?
just-
Hang on, I got a
Okay,
question
well, that
from
makes
New
more
City
sense than
Carpet.
modeling them.
Hang on.
Oh wait, we got a question. Hold off on that.
New City Carpet sent you $10.
Thank you.
UT, have been immensely enjoying the videos, and thanks to your encouragement, I'm going to test and tune from scratch my 65 GTO, just like the 50 days. Gary.
Nice.
Thank you, New City. Okay, so we need a question from John Wilburn
For these stickers.
for a set of UTG stickers.
This is for a set, or there's two prizes?
No, it's a set.
It's a
A
set.
set of
It's a
stickers.
matching set.
Yeah.
A matching set.
It's a matching set.
Mm-hmm. Sticker question. We're getting a little blurry. Hang on. Sorry, guys.
Getting blurry?
No,
Well, here, let's.
it's okay. I can
It's
see
okay.
it. It's good. So, what?
Got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
There's spray right on.
Man, I got bit by
shirt or
something
there.
before that was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Don't spray it on me.
Why, you don't want me?
I already got plenty.
All right.
Remember, I got it in my
You
mouth.
want some of this?
No, don't spray.
Yeah.
No.
What?
I'm good.
Didn't taste good when it went in my mouth. That's
Oh.
not good.
I just inhaled all that, Tony.
Oh yeah, isn't that good?
Oh, man. All right, so we need a question from John. I thought blur was me. No, it's here. It's having a problem focusing for some reason. Talk about the Toyota 3TC Hemi.
The 3TC, which one is that?
I don't know.
The 2TC was the regular 4-cylinder, right? Which is the 3TC? Is that the one that they use in limousines? The V8?
No. Good Biden support.
I was
No.
thinking of that little pickup truck.
All right, question for the stickers. Inside the typical 3-speed automatic transmission, TH400, A904, A727, what does the servo apply to shift into second gear?
These are too easy, John.
Okay, this is for the set of stickers. I'll read it again. Inside the typical 3-speed automatic transmission, TH400, A904, A727, what does the servo apply to shift into second gear? These are the UTG stickers. Who won, John?
Already?
Yeah, it was like
Who won? John's checking to see who got it first.
We got it
there was
first.
an avalanche.
Too many
Avalanche.
right answers.
Well, it had to be an easy question.
He was coming
Stickers.
up with some ridiculous ones.
I know. I'm sure he'll have a harder one for the t-shirt. Let's see.
What year's your the Valiant you're painting?
My Duster,
Or Duster, I mean.
74.
And what year's the Dart that you just painted?
72.
The swinger. Yeah.
I need Duster emblems.
Yeah.
Guys, I need 3 Duster emblems.
Who won that?
Just plug the holes.
No, I gotta put the emblems on it.
It needs emblems. It does.
If you have any Duster emblems, just send us an email, UncleTony'sGarage.com. Just put Duster
No,
emblem in the subject matter.
UncleTony'sGarage@gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Just put Duster emblem in the subject matter and let me know how much you got to get for them.
You gonna check the emails, Tony?
No, you are.
There's so many emails, we can't get to them all.
Oh, please, I'm painting the car. You can find us emblems.
Oh, brother. Who won that, John? Okay, I'm gonna say Lazy A-Hole Ranch, though I would like to have seen more specific. Okay, so the Lazy A-Hole Ranch win? The stickers? He's gonna say
Okay.
Lazy A-Hole Ranch.
All right. If John feels that there's somebody with a more correct answer, we'll send them a set of stickers too.
Yeah, so we'll send both. We'll do a double set. So Lazy A-Hole Ranch, send me your address, UncleTony'sGarage@gmail.com.
They sent us soap.
They did send us
Lazy
soap.
A-Hole Ranch sent us
It was
a
really nice soap.
package of soap. They make soap.
And if there's another person, John, that you think, let us know, and we'll send them stickers as well.
Sent you soap.
They did. They make their own soap. It's pretty awesome, and they're building their own house at a.
Where are they at?
Where are they? I forget. Where are you guys?
They're in like
Nowhere near us. They're-
Siberia.
Yeah, Siberia.
Siberia. Yeah.
Tunguska.
Siberian soap.
They're in Tunguska.
John
Chuck
Wilburn
cheese.
says he might have those emblems from a 72 Duster. Which do you need?
I need 2 fenders and 1 tail panel.
Okay.
So what weighs more? Or are they about the same? The Duster or the
Duster's a hair heavier.
than the Dart?
Yes.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
Lazy A-Hole was
It
first.
looks
Okay.
light.
They
Just
got
a
the
hair.
stickers. Kuda70 GT says, if you have a 197400 with 6-pack, how many hobos does it take to roll up your windows?
19.
All right.
19 hobos.
Okay. Colorado. Lazy A-Hole Ranch is in Colorado.
Yeah, same thing.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, somewhere over there.
Rolling up windows. People don't know how to do that
We
anymore.
roll up all of our windows, man.
You know, you could put like a spline there and carry a
That's a lost art.
carry a drill with you.
It is called Lazy A-hole soap,
Mm.
Zero. It is.
Yeah, people don't know how to do that anymore.
Yeah, make sure Lazy A-hole. Make sure you plug your soap. Anybody who's interested, put your address there
Plug
in the
your
comments
soap.
so that they can order soap from you.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
funny.
it's called
Oh,
Lazy
yeah, tell
A-hole
them what it
soap.
is. It smells
They're on
great.
Facebook too. You can find them on Facebook.
You know, I mean, it was beautiful smelling, and I say that in the most non-gay way possible. It smelled beautiful.
Gateway.
Let's see.
Well, you know, a man isn't really supposed to
Smell
appreciate
good?
the smell of soap. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's on a chick.
Tony, have you given up on the thermoquad for the duster, or are you still wrangling parts?
Thermoquad on a duster.
Yeah.
Oh, on the swinger.
Yeah, the swinger. Okay.
Swinger. I haven't given that car a minute's thought because we've been in so many different things. I haven't given up on the thermoquad yet. I haven't given up on a quadrijet yet. But right now, Uncle Kathy is driving the car every day, and I'm on other things. And at some point, once I get a handle on other shit, we'll get back onto it. Because I want to do a gas mileage thing on that car.
That's an orange car.
The orange car.
She's driving that every day.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
good.
was the whole point.
Yeah.
It was a daily driver. That's Uncle Kathy's daily driver.
So that's a real
Yep.
success. Driving
Yes.
something every day. That's great.
How's it run?
It runs really good.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Got good power?
Yep.
I don't drive the car.
Let's see. Scott Kuhn says, oh, he's talking to somebody else. South Jersey Jim. All right. Can I trip over 1973 Plymouth Dusters in Wyoming? Oh, there's lots of Dusters in Wyoming. We should go out there and grab a bunch.
Yeah, I'll run out to Wyoming tomorrow morning.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
You ever bought a car in Wyoming?
I don't think I've ever been to Wyoming.
Rust. Well, make sure it's like one of the rustiest places in the
I've never
world.
been to Wyoming. Why would it be rusty?
Because they dump a lot of salt on the roads, and it's
Ah,
always ice and snow.
Okay.
I've driven across I-80 where you move the steering wheel like this, and you kind of just keep it in the ice, you know.
Oh wait, I have driven through. Yeah.
Oh man, what a fun place!
Never stopped there. Maybe I stopped for gas, but that's about
I have stopped there.
it. There's so much in this country that the only thing I know of it is the gas stations.
Well,
Because I had to pass
I've been
through
in
it.
all the 4 states, and mostly what I've seen is gas stations. You know, I've seen more than that. A lot of gas
Let's
stations.
see. Ben says, in Australia, thinking about maybe buying a Valiant soon for a project. Very low budget. How easy or hard are they to work on?
Extremely easy. They have their quirks.
In Australia?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're the same. I mean, the steering is moved. No, they're extremely easy to work on. All of those vintage Chrysler products, all of the vintage cars, period. It doesn't matter which make it is. All of the cars from that era, from the 1960s, 1970s, extremely easy to work on. Extremely, they're very common sense analog machines. They have their quirks. So when you first start working on them, things are going to be a little cloudy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but once you get into this, once you get like dialed into like the mechanical language of it, it all becomes very intuitive.
Man, were those nice cars to work on.
Yeah, they were great.
So when I
cars.
had my first shops, I worked on some 50s cars, all 60s cars, and some 70s cars. And man, that was a great time.
Now you see, you take cars from the 40s and the 50s, and they're not as easy to work on as cars from the
Because
60s.
the fenders are this wide,
Well,
and
not
those
just-
open sideways and stuff. Yeah.
Not just that, but the way they put the master cylinders under the
Ah, yeah.
floorboards and all shit like that.
My Studebaker, 61 Studebaker, first year Studebaker had a master cylinder in the right place.
There you go.
Before that, they were all buried under the floor. No, I don't like that. And I don't like enclosed drive shafts.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Cars in the
60s,
60s
70s were
were
so
the
good.
easiest cars to work
And
on.
late 50s, late 50s.
Yeah, late 50s.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, I forgot about master cylinders in the back place, you know.
What's little stuff like that?
Yeah.
You know?
What's up, Bob Tile? How long before you develop an accent? You mean a Tennessee accent?
I have one, y'all.
Y'all, just say y'all at the end of cow.
Y'all, yeah.
How do you say it? Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee.
y'all.
Coffee, y'all. I got my accent.
Let's
I've got
see.
this accent from the American military that's like everybody that speaks English is in the U.S. So I just kind of, I don't know what it is.
Now you see,
I picked
had,
up
now,
that
now
military
here's
accent.
the funny thing, right? When I lived in New York, I had that accent,
What accent? The
that
military?
American military accent, because
No, you didn't.
no, I actually did, because people used to say you don't sound like you're from New York, because I was always talking to people from other parts of the country.
You had less of a New York accent.
I had
yeah.
less of a New York accent,
Yeah.
but now, now I seem to have more of a New York accent than I had when I lived in New York.
Man, my mother was from New York, and she'd know if somebody was from the Bronx, from the Queens,
Yeah.
from
You
the
can tell the
accent. It was
differences.
all so close, you know.
My accent's North Shore, yours is South Shore.
South Shore, yeah.
Wow.
Different.
See, like in California, Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, all the same.
Yeah.
Maybe Southern California a little different,
Mm-hmm.
but huge area where everybody sounds the same. New York City,
Well,
just from one block to next, you guys know.
the funny thing is, though, if you go, let's say, 20 miles south of where we were, you pick up an entirely different accent, the South Jersey
Jersey
I was
accent.
gonna say like
yeah.
Jersey.
which is like the Bruce Springsteen accent. That's 20 miles south of where we came from. And then you've got the Bronx.
You know,
20
and it
miles
takes
the other
no
way.
time to drive up to Boston, and that's a whole new thing.
That's a whole. Well, you don't have to go to Boston. Just go to Connecticut.
Connecticut, I suppose. Yeah, I haven't spent much time in Connecticut.
Let's see.
See, I had a friend when I was young. He's from Massachusetts, and his father was working on a 1960 Falcon, and he had to head off of it. He asked me, he goes, "Do you have a talk wrench?" And I go, "A what?" "Talk wrench." And his son says to me, "One that talks." Jeez, I had no
Talk
idea.
wrench.
I had no idea what he's talking about.
Silver Bell says, are you going to adapt the Holly Dominator to Slant Project like how Richard Holzner adapted one to that 292 Chevy?
The Dominator.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't
Went
see
from
that
one barrel to
episode.
two barrel.
I saw it, but I didn't, what did it do with the Dominator on it?
It ran, and it got a little more horsepower.
That's why people like, I put the 850 on Bottle Rocket, and you got all these fucking experts like, that's too big, you're gonna drown the motor. No, it ran right through the clutch.
Holder has a 292 Chevy 6 out of a pickup. I think it was used. And he went from 1 to 2 barrel to 4 barrel with a Dominator on it, and then pressurized it.
That carburetor is too big, it'll never get out of its own way. Yeah.
It started and it ran and it made a little more power. It was.
The carburetor is big enough to blow through the clutch and then snap a tire, an axle.
The outside engine's not big enough. I'm just amazed that 318 runs like that. Of course, like in the mid 60s, that's what there was. I guess they had the Hemis, but sure, I had a 318 and a 63 Plymouth that ran okay.
No, you didn't
It was
miss
a
the
power
T-shirt yet. We didn't give that away yet. T-shirt question is coming soon.
engine. A T-shirt question?
Yeah, soon. Not yet, soon.
We're waiting.
All right. Let's
No
see.
transmission questions.
No transmission questions. Come to Ohio. We ain't got no stinking accent.
Oh no, I lived in Northeast Ohio, and I could tell somebody that was down near West Virginia.
So
or
you
something
sound like
southern,
you're from Ohio.
Southern. Well, and when I first got there, this was soda, and I got there, and the guy I worked for, his wife says, "You want me to get some pap?" Pap? What is pap?
Pop, it's the same as soda.
Soda.
And if you're in
We say
here
soda.
or Georgia, these are Cokes, whether they're Coke.
Yeah, here
or
it's a
Pepsi.
Coke.
Yeah, or
No matter what
or-
it is.
or orange or whatever, they're all Cokes, which is kind of how I was. Even in Southern California, we did that, but we didn't say pap. I thought she was joking.
It's funny. Dayton, Ohio has a very neutral accent.
You know what they call a garden hose down here? A
What?
hose pipe.
Hose pipe.
And
Hose
what is
pipe.
it in New York?
A hose.
No, a hose or a Johnny pump?
No, a Johnny pump is a fire hydrant.
Oh, fire hydrant. Yeah.
Johnny pump. I
No,
know.
a garden
hose
hose.
pipe.
down
Oh,
here,
garden
they-
hose.
garden
Okay.
Yeah,
Ah,
hose
yeah,
pipe.
people
That's
say
a
that,
hose pipe?
That's a hose pipe.
Still?
I don't know so much still because now everybody here is from someplace else. But when we first moved here, the natives all called the garden hose, a hose pipe.
You know
They
what's
call
changed some of that?
shopping carts buggies.
Buggies.
Oh yeah, the buggies. That was Ohio. You push the thing in the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's a buggy in Ohio.
It's a cart.
It's a shopping cart where I was
And detergent is Worsham powders.
Worship powders. That's right.
My father's from New York, and he washateria.
Washateria. Yeah, I heard that when I was a kid. That was laundromat.
The what?
The washateria.
Laundromat. Yeah.
You know what they call bleach in New York?
No.
Javel. It's the Italian name for bleach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But that's what it's like.
Oh,
The
there's
old
so many
timers, it
Italians.
doesn't matter. Black, Jew, doesn't make any difference. They all call it Javel.
I never heard that.
Yeah, well, that's because you're a little bit younger than I am.
Man.
And you
Did-
didn't come from Brooklyn.
No. But my family, they didn't say toilet, they said turlet.
Turlet. That's
Turlet.
Queens.
That's Queens?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Queens. North Staten Island. Funny.
You know what they call the old school toilet bowl? See, this is definitely before your time. but
Okay.
Not before
An
yours.
outhouse.
No, the old school toilets with the box, with the tank up
Oh,
high.
the tank and the water comes down.
Yeah, you know what they call that?
I don't know.
A dinkle box.
What?
A dinkle box.
Man. No, I never heard that.
I'm impressed.
Are you
Yeah, that's
impressed?
that looks cool. I
Oh,
guess.
jeez. I'm sorry I missed that, guys.
You do
Going
that
by
to
too
Barbara
fast.
Rocket.
Yeah, right away.
Why don't you tell them what you were just looking at?
It was a suburban towing a boat, and it had these pink neon lights in the wheels. It was actually pretty impressive.
It
to
looks
tell you
kind
the
of cool,
truth.
but
You like it?
I'm not going to drive that.
Yeah, I wouldn't drive it, but I thought it was pretty cool.
How did they say water and roof? Roof.
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 Yeah, up on the roof.
Water.
Oh, my mother. You know, Southern California was a little different than New York, and she'd say, what was it? She'd say it's water, and she'd pronounce it perfectly, and we'd be like, I don't know, we murdered it, water or something. I don't know what we said, but
Turlet's
get
also
really
North
upset with us.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Funny. They said Earl too instead of
Earl?
oil.
Earl
right.
instead of
Earl. How do you
Who
say
said that? Because I've heard
My
that from
grandmother,
people.
my grandparents.
And they were from New York City as well.
Yeah. Staten Island and the Bronx.
So my mother, her father was a car dealer in New York City back when they used to be little shops, and he sold Chevrolets and Grand Page, and he did everything. He was a mechanic, the salesman, the owner, and all this. And he had one guy that worked part time that detailed cars. My mother laughed because that guy would say Earl instead of oil.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's the way it used to be. You know, one guy had a dealership.
Wash or wash?
Wash. No, it's Wash.
It was wash.
Wash.
Let's see. I know one old guy from Massachusetts who says hose pipe, and I didn't know what he meant. I don't remember him saying.
Yeah, it's
hose
garden
pipe.
hose.
Let's see. But you don't burrow water.
I burrow it.
You burrow it?
Yeah.
I'd burl it over all over the place.
Orange, pop or soda. All right, we're not talking about cars, are we? We're talking about accents. See, Bob Tile, what you started?
Yeah, but we all have this stuff in common.
We didn't get a question.
Yeah, it's
We're all
true.
car people, but we have other things in common,
That's
obviously.
true. Churn
here we
instead
go.
of
There's
turn.
another one. What's this one here? It's like a-
Those
is that a Hummer?
don't turn.
Jeep.
I don't know what it
It
is.
doesn't turn.
Here we go.
Yes,
Here we
sirens.
go. Sirens
It's the
again.
knife and neon and sirens.
Alex says I had a teacher who said everything the same way as us, but she said "warsh" as southern as possible. Let's see. I struggle with some southern accents. Takes 5 minutes to say hello.
I struggle with English most of the time, honestly.
Honestly, it was hard for me to understand people when I moved here. Some of them are very, very difficult to understand.
I had already.
Especially the older people. They would talk lower, and everything was kind of a little mumbled.
One of the
Right?
things. One of the local phenomenons down here, and I've met several of them that I've never really met anyplace else, is we have legitimate boomhauers here.
Legitimate what?
Boomhauer. You ever see King of the Hill? No, but these people have.
Yeah.
It's character on King of the Hill. And you
Okay.
cannot make out a word this guy says. And we have.
Yeah.
I won't mention his name, But I have a friend of mine here, right? That legitimately, he is Boomhauer. You cannot make. You
You
gotta
have
like.
to listen so carefully
Yeah.
to try and catch.
I landed a little town in Kentucky one time, just to get gas and keep going. And it was out in the middle of nowhere, and that guy, he was speaking English. I knew that, but I really couldn't understand much of what he was saying. One of those guys. I struggled with it, figured it out, bought my gas, paid for it, and flew away. And thought, man,
Have you ever noticed that it's the guys that talk like that you can't understand anything they're saying that want to talk the most?
oh, he wanted all. He wanted all about the
They're
airplane.
very friendly.
Yeah.
They're overly friendly. One time, did you see that? I saw that. Yeah.
Yep.
There's
And then-
probably
and then
somebody in Kentucky right now that's upset with me. I'll tell you where it was, a place called Paintville, Kentucky. It's a little town.
I've been
very
to Paintville, Kentucky.
very friendly people, but the guy I had to deal with was, I really struggled to understand him, and I think now I probably could.
Jeremy
You know-
says it's too hot and humid in the South to speak fast and articulated. He's right about that.
Is that why they
I-
speak slowly?
I don't know. I think he's right. I'm sure there's some days I sound like that myself. It's 110 degrees.
Yeah, I speak too quickly for the South, I guess.
Let's see. Vince says, I went to Baton Rouge for work and couldn't understand them. Yeah, there's some parts of Louisiana too. It's difficult.
I don't like Louisiana.
You don't?
Really?
Why? Why?
No, I've been to Baton Rouge. I've been there a couple of times.
What did you like about it?
It's a swamp. Like the whole state is a swamp.
Is it? I think
I
I
don't
drove
know. I
through
don't
it. I've
think
never
so.
actually been there.
All I've ever seen is swamp, and it smells like a swamp.
It's very hot there.
The mosquitoes literally have a wingspan like this.
You don't
I
like
have real
Their,
good friends.
their nose is like this.
I have a real good friend.
Yeah, no, the
That's
mosquitoes are
It's a
insane.
state bird. Dude, he has a body shop there, and I've seen it. He and I are in the military together, but I was down there one time, and we're going somewhere, and we're going by a graveyard, and all the graves are like dirt piled on top,
Right.
and a gravestone. He goes, you know why they do that? Because the caskets will float to the surface
Yeah,
because the water table's so high.
but that's what I'm saying. The whole state. I mean, there may be parts of Louisiana that are completely
sure they're
like,
beautiful.
dry land. I'm sure they're
Oh,
beautiful.
Your
Yeah,
viewers are
anybody-
going to tell you.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to get all this Louisiana hate now, right?
No, I like Louisiana. It's just that it is wet.
The only parts of it that I have personally encountered, right, were swampland, and I was attacked by flying things that have to be prehistoric.
Prehistoric.
No, they have to be.
flying things.
No, they have to be.
Wait till I talk to my friend. He'll laugh.
18 feet below sea level also.
Oh. The first time I went
And
to
the
New
whole place
Orleans.
smells like mold. The state smells like mold.
Everything.
Everybody from
everything
Louisiana
east of
is
the
gonna start yelling at
Mississippi
you.
is moldy.
Mississippi is moldy.
I mean, everything east of the Mississippi is kind of wet.
They
Anything
got
that-
really good food though.
it's
they
not
know how to
anything that
cook.
kind of food.
In
The-
New Orleans,
Yeah.
I've never been
Oh.
to New Orleans.
Everywhere in Louisiana, yeah.
I've been back.
I
I've
don't
been to
think
Baton
I-
Rouge a couple of times.
I
Land
don't
of
think I've
magic
ever been
grits.
anywhere where I didn't like the local food.
They eat crawdads. Yeah.
Which is a
No,
bug.
They would never say
It's a
that.
bug. I don't-
Crawfish.
I don't know how to eat them.
Yeah. They're messy.
I think there's a way, but
Yeah, you
I
take
don't know.
the giant bug and you break its back open and you
Eat it.
suck it out. Yeah, no, it's,
Well, lobster's a big
I don't
bug.
eat them either. It's a giant bug. It's a giant roach. It's a sea roach. This is delicious.
Good.
If a lobster, if you walked into your house, okay, and
you
you
saw
turn
a
on the
lobster?
light and there's a fucking lobster on the ground, you would run out. I'd burn the house. I'd run away screaming. I mean, and I'm not afraid of very many things, but yet because it comes out of the water, it's like, oh, that's delicious. Just like
Well, it
crab. The
is.
crab is a spider. It's a fucking spider, for Christ's sakes.
See, I don't like crab legs because you gotta break them and they're messy. But lobster, man, that's pretty good stuff.
I don't want anything that comes out of the ocean. It
Really?
Yeah, it'll kill you.
You're not
Kill
into
you.
seafood.
No, seafood will kill you. She plays seafood roulette all the time.
And not in Tennessee anymore. I've gotten sick a couple times.
Seafood roulette.
17 years you've lived here.
Yeah, but in New York, I could eat seafood all the time
You
because
eat
you're on the
seafood?
water.
Then you get sick. Then
It was
you lay
fresh.
off of it for 6 months, and then you think, well, I'll
No,
just have this
I
little thing,
don't
and
really
next
eat
thing you
it
know-
very much anymore. No. John Wilburn says when he goes to New Orleans, he eats beignets every day because they're found nowhere else in the country.
Yeah.
Did John Wilburn come up with a question?
I don't know.
We have all this fill
We need
here.
a T-shirt question.
Yeah, we got. Here, you want to model the
Lots
shirt?
of UFOs in
I
the
don't gotta put that
swamps.
shirt on.
But you can show the, you know. See, I can't.
Tastes
I
like
can't,
chicken, crabs, or river rats. Don't diss crabs. Crabs are actually pretty delicious.
Okay,
Well,
so this trivia question.
Okay,
That's the front.
that's for the T-shirt.
That's the front,
John, we need a question for the T-shirt.
and this is the back.
Yep. No, don't worry about the size. Whatever size they are
that's
is what
just
we'll
a
send them.
demonstrator. We'll send whatever size they.
See, this is a size that a lot of people don't wear.
What size is it?
It's an XL.
An XL.
Okay, but it doesn't matter
But
what
it could
size
be
you
any-
are.
it could be-
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
send you
send you
whatever
whatever
size you
size
want.
you
Send
are.
you a small or
Question coming
Whatever you
for
want.
the T-shirt. Okay, it's coming. Okay, the four-stroke internal combustion engine predates gasoline. What did the first one use for fuel? This is for the T-shirt. The four-stroke internal combustion engine predates gasoline. What did the first ones use for fuel?
I think I.
Well, okay, that could be one of two answers. You're depending on what part of the world you are.
Ah, okay. No, there's no answer yet. For the T-shirt, the four-stroke internal combustion engine predates gasoline. What did the first ones use for fuel? John Wilburn will announce the winner. Let's see. No winner yet.
Mozzarella.
It's not mozzarella.
Oh, that would be a mess.
Maybe it's Earl.
Can't get the mozzarella through the intake valve.
Oh, you gotta have a blower.
Whale
Gotta
oil.
Force it. Force the mozzarella past the valve, and then it's all good.
They're
Does
still
it burn?
answering.
Huh?
Does it burn?
It's oil. Think about it. Have you ever eaten a pizza?
Yeah, I never lit one on fire.
Oh, have you ever had a pizza where you pick up the
I'm guessing it-
slice and the oil pours off of it? That's mozzarella.
Oh, I get. Oh, yeah. It's.
So
I used
you
to
think
work
it's
with a
gonna
guy-
run on mozzarella?
I used to work with a guy in airplanes, and he had a big dog, and we'd come home every night and he'd buy 2 pizzas. And we'd eat one pizza, and he'd put the other pizza on the floor for the dog. And one night he says to me, he goes, "You know the difference between the way a dog eats a pizza and a human eats a pizza?" And he goes, "The human doesn't eat the box when he's finished." And it's all the oil.
That's right.
The
yeah.
dog would eat the box.
Corn squeezins,
Corn squeeze.
Corn squeezes.
moonshine, coal
There we-
oil,
there we
crawdad
go.
oil. Do we have a winner yet, John? They're still answering. LaGroix?
They haven't
What is
got
that?
it yet?
I don't know. John didn't say. He's looking for whoever got it first, I guess.
I got a feeling.
The winner's
mozzarella-
coming up.
It wouldn't atomize very well.
People saying ether, kerosene,
Well, yeah, you have to
diesel.
run in a diesel.
You're not answering the question, right?
No.
Okay.
No,
We're talking about putting cheese
We're
in.
talking about running an engine on mozzarella. I think
Oh.
this would be a great video.
Spit. Okay. Sean Tinson was the first to answer coal. I'll accept it. Coal
Coal.
gas was first
coal
distilled
gas.
around 1860. So
Coal.
Sean Tinson, you win the T-shirt. Send us an email at uncletonysgarage@gmail.com with your address and size,
Your
and we'll get
size,
it in the
very
mail.
important. Yes.
Yeah, let us know what size you need.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thanks, guys, for playing.
See, I was wrong. I was going to say because of Benz in Germany that it would have been diesel.
Well,
And
that's what
then
I'm saying,
I was gonna
depending
say-
on where you were.
And then I was going to say because of early automotive in the U.S., alcohol. But it wasn't. It was
Well, the original
was-
Model Ts, because that was the primary fuel was alcohol.
alcohol. But then, coal
But in
gas.
Europe, it was oil.
How about another? Wait, you want another giveaway?
Well, we got more
We
stuff to
can't
give away.
afford. Come on, we're not made of T-shirts and merch.
We can
What's
give away
this?
another set of stickers.
We can give away some more stickers, sure.
Yeah, all right. John Wilburn, we'll do another sticker giveaway in a few minutes.
Well, when you're doing this in your house and somebody wants another prize, you just go to your refrigerator.
Yeah, yeah.
Look for something that's like you probably don't. It's like half gone.
Oh, we've given away like
Half
anything
pieces
you
of
can.
cheese. I've seen. I've been watching you
Giving
guys for
away
a while.
slices of pizza and
Beats. Oh
see.
man.
packages of noodles.
Poor Zero. We sent him so much crap. Just complete garbage stuff
But
he had
see,
to
that's
throw
what-
away when
well,
he
he
opened the
keeps winning.
package. I know, but
That's
it
why I
wasn't.
kept
It wasn't
people-
anything to win.
People that have contests and give away a half a brick of cheese. You know, that's when you got to come back next week to see what happens. Shit.
We gave away grating cheese.
Great.
A bottle of grated, half a bottle of grated Parmesan.
That's
Didn't you
right. We
give
gave
that
away
away
the
one
toilet paper.
We gave away toilet
Toilet
paper.
paper.
Right. UTG toilet paper. You should give away Bottle Rocket's Carnage parts.
I don't know. You want to keep that like
Yeah, I
in your
wanna
man
keep it.
man
You do?
cave, or do you want to give away the broken axle?
Okay, I'm kind of proud of it, to tell you the truth.
The broken axle, you gonna
They
hang it
did
up?
this with a 318.
Let's see. Ben N says, here's one for you. Why does the 68442 have fender emblems in 2 locations? Do you know?
Why does the 68442 have fender emblems in 2 locations?
I don't know. That's not a question for any prizes. That's
No,
just
it's just
somebody's
interesting. I don't know.
question.
I didn't know it did.
I don't know either.
Get a picture of the 68442.
I know what it looks. Man, I had a Spanish teacher, and
Oh, wait a minute.
He
doesn't
bought
it
one
have,
new.
Doesn't it say 442 in a stripe?
that's what I was thinking. There's an emblem and there's a stripe.
And then there's a
that comes-
stripe. Yeah.
But I didn't really think
Let's
that was
see.
going to be the answer.
Well, let's see.
Ah.
We both came to the same
We did both come to the same.
When will the second paint job video happen?
this week.
This week?
This week.
Okay.
That's like all I'm working on right now. The car's taking a lot more time than I thought it would. Even okay, so again, I'm a novice.
Everything takes more time than you think it does.
Yeah.
That's normal.
So I found, well, that was, I started working on it, okay, and the body's really straight. But I found and identified 7 dents. And I took care of those 7 dents. And then once I did that, I started finding all of the smaller little things, right? So as I'm sanding the car, I'm finding more, this and this and this and this, like 1,000 spots. And then I realized that the whole car is covered in gouge scratches. So I had to sand off almost all of the original paint down to the bare metal. So it took an extra, let's say a full day of sanding than I was expecting to go through. There's one right there, right?
There's a bunch of them. That's a clone.
They're asking about did we get the axle braking on video? We did, but you really can't see it from where I
It's
am.
the opposite
yeah, I'm
side.
on the other side of the car.
So it looks like the car leaves the starting line.
Oh. There's a stripe, but I don't see the number in the
Yeah,
stripe.
I could have sworn there was a
Man.
442 in this.
That's such a good looking car.
It
I had a
is.
Spanish teacher when I was in 8th grade, and he bought one of those brand new. It was yellow, and I thought, "Doc, what a nice car."
But on the video, it just the car leaves the starting line and goes like this, and then just drives down the track slowly. So it's like
Yeah, and I had to turn back to see the wheel on the ground.
yeah, she's taking the video from the passenger side of the car, so you really can't see anything.
Maggie sent you $5.
Thank you.
I can't get my Edelbrock intake to fit on my small block. Any tips?
See, this is
Wasn't
what
there
I
a
was
guy that had a
thinking
problem
about.
with that
Yeah, yeah,
before?
I only see one.
What's that?
Wasn't there a guy that had a problem with that before?
Define how it doesn't fit,
Right.
because it's possible that either the heads or the deck of the block were cut so much that the original the original dimensions don't work anymore. So you may have to have the intake manifold milled to match the deck height, or the.
Yogurt77 says, I don't want to spam the question, so last time, can I get a thumbs up, Uncle Tony?
You got a thumbs up, brother man. From all of us.
All of
Uncle
us.
Kathy gave you a thumbs up too.
Let's see.
I got a question.
Yes.
Talk about deck height.
Yeah.
You take some off, either off the heads or off the deck, and now the. Never mind, I'm stupid. I
The
figured
heads
it out.
move closer to
I
each other.
figured it out.
The,
Figured
the,
it
the
out.
intake
I-
faces.
I'm
move
thinking that's
closer
going to
to
get
each other.
bigger, but I was completely
No,
wrong.
they get smaller. So when
Of
you go to
course.
take the intake manifold and
course.
drop it on, it doesn't line up.
I understand. I
Alex,
knew that before. I don't know why I was.
Alex says, I can't believe there's 156,000 subs to Uncle Tony. Now, I can remember when the bullshit for beginners on Valve Lash came out.
That was a long time
Alex,
ago.
we can't believe it either.
When'd you get your 100,000?
We appreciate each and every one of you.
last December,
Yeah, Christmas time.
Christmas,
Man.
Christmas time.
Yep.
Oh, you got a lot just this year.
We've picked up 56,000 since.
Yeah, we got a
Wow.
lot. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
an
to everybody,
accomplishment.
everybody who subs to us, thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you. And
Let's
Uncle Kathy was supposed to memorize all of your names.
I thought I was supposed to bake them each a cookie.
Well, yeah.
I'm surprised how many you do remember. I'm terrible with names.
Okay, Ben says the 68 W3442 had the emblems closer to the door, so the fender stripe was centered at the bottom of the fender. I
Okay.
don't know. Ben wants to know, do I win? Wasn't it your question? Let's see.
The question, I bet everybody knows it. What does 442 mean?
It meant different things in different years.
It did?
Yes.
'Cause originally it was 4-barrel, 4-speed, dual exhaust.
Right.
So what else would it mean?
450 get changed in later years. The first 442 was on the holiday level trim, right? Either a 2-door or a 4-door. You could get a 4-door 442.
Really?
Yeah, first
This
year.
is like in 64?
And the engine was a 330. And then later on, when it went to a 400-inch engine, then they changed the meaning of it to 400 4-barrel dual exhaust. But originally it was, could have on any body style in the holiday trim level.
Bruce wants to know, how does YouTube pay us? Is it like subscribers or both?
We don't get paid by subscribers.
Yeah, it's...
We get paid by views, by clicks.
Yeah.
So every time you click on a video,
Watching, how
that's why
long a
I get the
video's
biggest kick out of it
watched.
'cause we
Is
have-
it the amount of time they watch or
Yeah,
the
it
click?
all counts.
well, the longer they watch, the more ads go through.
Okay, so like if they watch half the video, it's not as good as if they watch the whole video.
And
right?
if the longer they watch, they'll push the video out more,
Yeah.
so more people see it. Sometimes they hold them back. Sometimes
well,
they'll
the
push
thumbs
them
up
out.
or thumbs down also makes it.
It all
more-
contributes.
That all adds to.
Thumbs
the
down
way they
work
spread
just
it.
as good as thumbs
Right,
up.
Yep.
but it spreads more.
It's interaction. Yeah.
They count the interaction. The number of comments, the number of thumbs up or down, the number of clicks, the watch time, all of that goes into how they calculate how much you get paid. And it varies from video to video, from season to season, from day to day. It's
From whatever mood they're in.
There's no stability in this.
There is no
There's
stability.
no stability. There's no stability. It's feast or famine.
Right. Brendan says, I'm trying to keep my 1988 Ford Bronco 2 running good, but electric issues keep showing up in the engine bay, like killing distributor components type problems. Please help.
There's not a whole lot I could do. Those Ford wiring harnesses from the 1980s, all the electronic components from the 1980s were, listen to me, they were terrible. Terrible. I remember very distinctly, because I used to have a Ford dealer, at a local Ford dealer that used to send me all of the stuff that they didn't want to, I ran a shop out of my house in New York. And the local Ford dealer was Robin Ford at the time. When they came across one of them nightmare problems, they used to send it to my house, and I used to fix it for them. And most often than not, this was back in the middle 1980s, late 1980s, more often than not, it was an electrical issue, and it always had to do with the insulation on those cars. The insulation would literally self-destruct, and for no reason at all, and just flake off. It was whatever material they used on the insulation on those wires. It would just turn to like chalk, just in normal use. It wasn't heat, wasn't water, wasn't anything crazy. It was just like the insulation would disintegrate, the wires would start touching each other, roll through the harnesses, drove you crazy. The worst cars were the Lincolns, the LSCs.
Ford had a problem.
Holy shit.
Mercedes-Benz had a huge problem. Same
Yeah.
thing.
So if you're dealing with a 1980s Ford and you've got electrical problems, bro, you have got problems. I would say if you plan on keeping this thing, cut all the wiring on it, go get yourself one of them painless harnesses, and just use everything aftermarket on that.
Have you ever made your own harness on a
Of
simple
course I
car?
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Studebaker had. I sat there one night in CAD and just drew a wiring harness. Simple.
Camera's making you seasick. I'm sorry.
You're seasick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Photos go in and out.
Yeah,
Focus.
maybe. Yeah, it's have a hard time focusing. Let's see.
What camera do you use at home?
The one that attaches to the computer.
A what?
We have one that attaches to the computer. It's much more stable
Yeah.
than this. I really should go get a new phone.
Well, I think we're going to be starting to do them out of the house again.
Yeah, it's gonna get cold
Yeah.
soon.
It's gonna get cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, your
Next
garage is pretty good. Too.
Next, I know the garage is a good place. Next week, I'm gonna talk to Richard Fleener. That's the guy with the Daytona and the Cyclone.
Richard who?
Richard Fleener.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna try to get him to join us next Sunday, and maybe we'll do it at his house.
Oh,
I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow.
I should get a gimbal. I had a gimbal. It was extremely heavy.
he's the guy that has the wing cars and
Yeah.
and the. Does he have a 500?
He has a Talladega. He has a Mercury spoiler, spoiler 2, and he's got the Daytona. He's got a Vet.
We're gonna upgrade our equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna get GoPro and a couple other things. So
we do need a GoPro.
yeah, maybe we can film it like using that. Let's see. Hey, that fella Steve with King Cobra is a great old guy.
We're doing another video with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
There was so much positive feedback on that video. You know, I expected it to get like 30 or 40,000 views, and it's at 140,000 views. And there was so much positive feedback on the guy himself, you know, that we're gonna go tomorrow. He's got that Ranchero, and I love that car. I mean, I love everything about the car, and I want to do a video with him and that car. So we'll have this time tomorrow night. We'll have another video up with him. What a great guy! Did you see that video?
Oh yeah. As soon as the first guy ever saw it, knew Larry Shinoda, which is
Yeah.
Shinoda was quite a guy.
Yeah, but yeah, we're
and
doing,
then I didn't know Larry Shinoda designed that, and he has another one. He has a Mercury version of that as well.
he has the Mercury version. as
Oh
well.
man.
But we're gonna
See, I've
tomorrow,
seen pictures of these cars, but there you are, standing there, right next to the real thing. Amazing.
tomorrow we're gonna do one on the Ranchero.
Okay. Man, I had a friend that had one of those Rancheros, way back, a long time ago, like when it was almost new. Looked just like that. Is that a 351?
Well,
It was a
Super
Cleveland
Cobra Jet 429.
429. Yeah, but his had it looked just like that with the stripes down the side, and it had a I don't know, whatever the most powerful Cleveland was. It was a nice car.
So when I set up to do it, I said, so we'll take the Ranchero, all right? You take Uncle Kathy for a ride, you bang a couple of gears. He's like, oh yeah. so this should be interesting.
All right. Good night, Jack Nicholstein.
So have you done that yet, or are you going over there?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, we're supposed to meet him.
Yeah, people really like him. They were
I
saying
want
in
to see the
comments.
little old guy grab that big ass hearse and just let her rip.
So like every morning I get up, the first thing I do is, Uncle Tony, I see if you got a new video out. No. You didn't get one out today.
We haven't
No.
done one in a couple of days. We tried to shoot one yesterday
Yeah.
at the swap meet, but there was so much.
Too much going on.
There was noise. It was just.
They
so
have
much-
really loud music on,
Yeah.
so everything I shot
Oh,
was
and you
like,
can't use that.
yeah. I tried to like lower the background sound. Like we actually tried to put a video together,
Yeah,
but
we spent a good portion of the day today trying to piece some video together. It didn't happen.
not gonna work.
Too much music that's.
It was super
We had
loud.
it blasting. It was like
Yeah.
the conversation level. So
I don't like that. I don't know why they do. There's a show, one of these weekly things in Tucson, Arizona, and they got 50s music there, you know, because a lot of the cars and a lot of the age group, a lot of people. But a lot of times it's so loud you can't talk. You know?
well, their playlist was pretty cool. It was all circa 1970. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if we weren't trying to make a video, I would be like, oh, that's good. You know, it sounds good. But yeah, no, not when you're doing this.
Yeah.
It was not YouTube friendly.
Yeah, we're gonna get dash cams and body cams. We're gonna do that. You know what it is? Like we're so busy, we just like forget that we have to
I
actually
want to get a body cam and do a whole day.
go to the store. You want to do a whole day?
I
Well,
like-
you want to wear one on like on your
With
head?
a body cam,
Yeah.
like the cops have.
Yep.
You get to see the center steering wheel.
I'm serious. I want to fucking do that.
You tell which way
Day
you're
in-
going.
It's,
day in
it's
the
gonna be
life.
you
The
asking me for a
logo on the
10
horn buttons.
all day.
I want to show people what my life is really like.
They don't want to know.
They'd be so disappointed.
They'd be so bored.
A cheese sandwich.
My ankle is good, thanks. It was just a bad sprain, thank goodness. It's much better. Let's see. Do you think the Mustang all-electric car of the future?
No, that's already passed. That was a little blip in the
Yeah, except the
course.
governor of California went out and announced that all cars in California are going to be electric by 15 years from now. There's going to be no more.
They
And
can't keep their
he-
lights on as it is.
I know. He stood there next to his stupid Mustang. What an idiot.
They
You
can't
know-
keep their lights on as it is. They got one nuclear plant left, and they're trying to close
That's
that the fuck
exactly
down.
right. They had 4. They got 1 now. I was over there in a hotel.
They should figure out how to
In
use
the-
firepower.
In the middle of the day, I'm in a hallway in a hotel, and the lights all go out. And I work my way up the office, and I tell them, and she goes, "Oh, it's a rolling brownout. We always have these."
Right?
Okay, so now they're going to have,
8 million people plugging in the cars at
And
the
then-
same fucking time.
and then you know the group that likes to hate everything. They said, every time you charge your iPhone, it kills a polar bear. And I'm thinking, and you want to have electric cars? You're going to run out of fucking polar bears.
Do you have to actually plug it into the polar bear? Because that's how they're going to have to charge their
Suck the
electric
electricity
cars.
up. Well, the problem is in California, you got all these people, they think the electricity falls out of the wall, they don't know it's connected to something. It's so clean, you're not going to use fossil fuel anymore. Well, where the hell do you think the electricity comes from? You're burning fossil fuel. Shit.
The thing about the news is that it's become so absurd. It's like a comedy show. You turn on these fucking news channels, and it's literally like idiocracy come to life.
There's people that just sit there glued to that all day, Oh, yeah. You don't want to charge your phone and kill a polar bear. But we want to plug our car in and charge it. Do you have any idea what the difference in the size of the battery is?
Oh, man.
And they got
This
those-
is why I can't have a live show, because this is where I go.
the whole West Coast is on fire because they have climate change. Not the rest of the country, just California.
Just California.
The rest of the world is fine. It's not on fire.
Well, they used to call it global warming, but when they figured out it isn't warming, they had to shake it to climate change, It's not
Oh, we got to call it something
cooling
else.
off now. What are we going to do?
You remember the 70s? We were supposed to be in an ice age
Ice
right
age.
now.
I remember that on the cover of all the magazines, the coming ice age, and the politicians trying to take over. Then it's global warming.
It just gets more absurd every year.
Your t-shirt
Oh,
was
God.
plugging into a
I'm
polar
not
bear.
supposed to discuss politics, but I could go there very easily right now.
Californians are going to have to plug their electric cars into polar bears. That's the only way they're going to be able
There's a
to do this.
business there bringing polar bears to California. Or long extension cords.
Can't. Oh, man. All right.
Who's the governor of California? What's his
Newsom.
fucking name? Newsom.
Governor
I want to
Newsom.
send him a hat. I want to send him a hat.
Goofball.
Oh,
You
Herbert.
hat.
Herbert says he lost all respect for y'all.
Who did?
Herbert.
Oh,
Sorry,
Herbert.
Herbert.
I'm sorry.
I
You shouldn't have had much respect going in.
read some polar bears. You'll feel better. I don't know.
Stick with the low expectations, and we'll all be happy.
Ah, that's why I should go into politics. I mean, they actually said that when you charge this, polar bear dies.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, just got in. Was there any talk of Plan Z?
Yes, not tonight. We haven't talked about it tonight, but I did talk about it with somebody who's on this right now, and if he's decided what he wants to, Plan Z will be heading to the shop. Okay, so here's the itinerary. Okay, like of our projects. So I got the rear end for Bottle Rocket, but I have other things. The Duster gets painted first. After the Duster is painted, we got to build the Hemi for Kiwi. Once the Hemi is done for Kiwi, the Plan Z Dart goes to the shop. And we do the motor for that and do whatever we have to do to get the car running. What else is there? That's the immediate itinerary. And in the meantime, I'm gathering parts for Bottle Rocket.
Okay.
I know I left something out. I left something out, but I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter.
The paint?
No,
Wait.
that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paint, Hemi, Plan Z.
Okay. Sorry, can't come to work
What
today.
about the cheese?
Forgot to plug the car in. Connecting.
Yeah, we
Okay,
ran out
we're
of
back.
polar bears and freaking car won't go.
Oh man, funny. But Herbert got upset.
I know, he lost respect.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
Herbert. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Let's see. Love the status board in the background. Uh-oh. I think my comment stopped again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What happened to comments?
I don't know. Let me see. They
Well,
stopped.
we weren't supposed to go. We went in the
Uh-oh.
polar bears and he turned
You got
us
your phone? Guys, hang on because we have a frozen comment thing, so we got to switch.
off. And Kathy, I can make them bigger.
Yeah,
somehow,
can you
but-
make it bigger?
Sure.
That would be great.
As soon as I find it.
Because I
here we
still
go.
haven't got myself new glasses.
I could sing something while we. Oh, okay.
Will it get bigger? It won't get bigger.
It's all right. Don't worry. Just lower the volume. Shut the
Let me
volume.
turn the sound.
Yeah, turn
Yeah.
the sound off.
Lower the volume.
The sound
Lower the
turn
volume.
off.
What are you doing?
Trying to turn the sound off.
Okay. All
I
right.
push the button, nothing happened.
Okay.
All right,
We're back.
Okay.
My comments are rolling. All right. Yeah, they stopped on my phone. All right. Hang on. Comments are working here. Kurt Zimmerman sent $20.
Thank you, Kurt.
Another payment for Bottle Rocket's rear axle. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Kurt.
We got the rear axle. We showed it before.
Yeah,
It's
He's
sitting
giving you
right
some
in the
money to
truck.
help pay for it.
Yes.
we
Thank
got
you.
it. Let's see. Zero starts working again. Back at O'Reilly's.
Nice.
Nice, Zero. Any thoughts on an Uncle Tony show and go?
Somebody's got to organize it. Yeah, I'd love to do that, but I don't have the time. We're maxed out between Kathy and I, and now we got Uncle Crystal wrapped up in this too. We are
Oh.
maxed out.
There's that car.
Speaking of which, you came up today
I came up.
in conversation.
Okay.
I would like, so you've never been down a track before.
No.
Uncle Crystal only went down a track once this last.
She was
Twice?
on 2 times.
Okay, she made 2 passes.
Yeah, she really had fun.
I want to pit you guys against each other.
My Mazda against her.
I want.
No.
Well, no, it's not even. Okay,
I got.
it's bracket racing now. It's not the car, it's the person. So what I think I want to do, right, is Uncle Kathy will coach Crystal. I'll coach you, and it's going to be us against them.
What if the women win?
We can't.
What does
let
that
them
mean?
win. We can't let them
What do you
win.
mean, what if the women win?
We can't let them win.
I'm gonna have to prepare my car.
You don't have to do anything to it. Just
I
drive it.
gotta.
to the
I
top.
gotta get the 1,000 pounds of crap out
No,
of it.
that won't hurt it at all.
Oh, well, can't do it any good.
Are women allowed to win? Or no?
Women are not allowed
Oh,
to win.
bull.
Well,
It's bracket racing. It's not how fast
okay, I
you
don't
go.
quite
It's-
understand. I don't quite understand bracket racing.
Okay,
So.
all bracket racing is the car. You got to make the car consistent, so it just runs the same thing every time. It doesn't matter how fast it is. You get a handicap on the trade. It's all about how quickly you get the light and how accurately you can predict the number that the car is going to run. It doesn't matter what you got in the car.
So when you're racing somebody, it really doesn't matter if you beat them.
Mopar
you
Mark
go
says
too-
women
Oh,
can cut
wait,
a better light than
the
men.
tree's in a different
Right.
position.
That's right.
If you go too fast, you lose.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, that's right. It's
Mopar
like
Mark
chess.
says women cut better lights than men.
I know they do. But when I'm
Women
done with
have
Buff, when I'm done with you, you're gonna be like a laser fucking focused like machine. I'll
Bracket
explain all
racing
the
is hard,
details.
yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's harder than regular drag racing. See, regular drag racing is you just send it, and whoever gets to the other end first wins.
So all we need is a thing that reads that green light and goes.
Well, there's
You're not
ways.
supposed to do that. Yeah, I
There are
know. It's
ways.
supposed to use my
Oh,
brain.
we'll cheat. No. We'll
You'll
cheat every
cheat.
possible way.
That's
Anything
not
I get-
fair. I don't have a lot of bracket racing experience.
Neither do I.
Tony.
You ever met about bracket racing? I can't cut a light to save my life.
So it's a bracket race on an 8th mile track.
8th mile, quarter mile doesn't make any
8th
difference.
mile would be kind of
It's all
fun.
the same.
So I didn't think 8th mile. That's stupid. But I get down there and then I kind of like it. It's
All
kinda
the
fun.
action happens in the first 8th mile. I keep saying this over and over again. I did quarter mile my
Oh.
entire fucking life. And the only thing about the quarter miles, you get to the 8th mile, right? So all the action happens right up to the 8th mile. And then from the 8th mile to the quarter mile, you just sit there literally for like 3-4 seconds waiting for everything to unscrew itself. You just sit there going, ah, for 660 feet.
I watched a guy at Cadillac. He was going 103 miles an hour at the end of an 8th mile.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
amazing. And he drove there in it.
I went 202
Drove back.
at the end of
Remember
the
the guy that had the Cadillac 2 weeks ago? But it wasn't a V. It was just his wife's V6.
Yeah.
He ran that thing, and I don't know what he did. He was just having fun. Comes back and he's laughing about it. He goes, yeah. He goes, I did that with my seat warmers on. You know, it's like, really?
Vincent's saying to send Mrs. Landy. We bracket race Mrs. Landy.
Uncle Kathy Braca race.
But
Mrs.
the-
Yep,
Landy.
Mrs.
That's
Landy's
CTS.
actually too slow to race.
It's too slow. You have to leave for her to cut a light, any type of light. She has to leave on the second yellow.
Right.
I guess my
Kind
biggest
of
thing.
ooze out
It's
of
crazy.
the starting line.
It's crazy. That car runs 21 second 8th miles.
My thing is I'm 66, so I'm kind of on the backside of the learning curve, you know.
Right.
And then I'm gonna go learn something new because I don't know that whole
Oh no.
that
no,
whole
don't worry.
thing. Watching Uncle Crystal do that, it's like I know more than I ever did just watching that.
Well, I'm gonna
So then-
coach you.
Then it's like, okay, I was watching her going, I think I could do that.
Of course you can.
I'm gonna coach you, and she's gonna coach Uncle Crystal,
Okay.
and we're gonna see who wins. We'll have a bracket racing.
I'll have to clean that car up.
Yeah, you gotta bring it through the car wash. Bring it through the car wash. Unless you want to use one of mine, you want to use Mrs. Landy.
It's not just the car wash; it's the.
Mrs.
got my-
Landy's hard.
Mrs.
I got
Landy's
my
hard.
scales
Yeah.
in there. I'm not kidding. I got
Getting off
1,000
the
pounds
line
of-
is really hard.
I got 1,000 pounds of tools in there.
Maybe you let him use the GT.
Yeah, could use the GT.
All right,
GT.
I'll give you a car to run. I'll give you a car to race.
Man, I don't like running other people's cars.
Oh, stop it! Don't worry about it. I got so many. of the
See,
damn
I
things.
borrowed an airplane once,
Yeah.
and I signed a thing said if I broke anything on it, I'd fix it. And I built the airplane, so now it belongs to somebody
Right.
else. So I had a lot of confidence in, and I was demonstrating it. And a friend of mine had this new hangar, and I was in Pennsylvania, and I put that in there, and it snowed like hell. It was wet snow. Hangar fell in. So
Maddie-
now I got an airplane that's about this high, and I rebuilt it,
Yeah.
and it was.
You don't have to.
My
worry about
whole everything for over a year was getting myself out of that mess. I finished it. I got it back to the guy, but man,
it. Uncle Kathy
that
has a question.
that taught me not to borrow vehicles.
Maddie Flo says, I'm building my first 318. Never done a Chrysler before. Your channel's been amazing. I've watched almost all videos and learned so much.
Hey, how's it
That's
going?
awesome.
Hey, what do you, can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are filming stuff.
Oh,
YouTube.
We're on YouTube Live. You want to go around that side so you're not on it?
Yeah.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
I just see you guys park there a lot, and I just like,
Oh, you can be on. You can be
Come
on it
over,
if you
say
want.
hi.
I'm not gonna be on it. I'm trying to go to work. But
Okay, take care. It's a police.
Cop.
Now he's laughing. That's good.
Let's see. People with cars that are capable of 8 seconds running 1050s with delayed boxes are losers even if they win.
What was that now?
People with cars
Yeah.
that are capable of 8 seconds running 1050s with delayed boxes are losers even if they win.
It's what they do, man. It's a whole science. It's what they do. I'm not into it. It's not my cup of tea. But it's hard. I give all the respect in the world to the guys who, guys, the people who master this stuff. I can't do it. I can't cut a light to save my life. I am the most inconsistent. The only thing I know how to do is cheat. Like No, I'm serious. I'm
You
serious.
and Smokey Eunuch.
The only way I know how to win a, like not win a race. The only way I know how to be successful in drag racing is on the street. It's cheating. Just I
Don't
anticipate
tell people
everything.
that.
If somebody's gonna jump, it's gonna be me. If you ever race me, if you ever street race me, just sit there, don't move. You'll win. A race is a chase. A chase is a race. But yeah, no, I'm terrible.
Danny
Oh,
Boyd
God.
says there's no cheating on the street.
Yeah, there's no cheating, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm always early. I always jump it.
Dan Grippo says, I believe you wrote an article about it. You're cheating? Did you write an article about your cheating?
Probably. You know how many articles I wrote?
Gotta have a better word than that.
No. You don't understand. I don't do anything fair.
It's not true.
I'm just. I'm gonna
That
be,
is
I'm,
not true.
Wait,
a very
business-
fair
no,
person.
No. Business dealings, I'm always fair. Things like this. But if it's a competition, if it's any sort of competition, I never do anything fair. If whatever it happens to be, I don't care if it's thumb wrestling or it doesn't
Thumb
matter.
wrestling.
If you want to play, you want to play.
Street
You want to
racing.
play.
Nothing's fair in street racing.
You want to play Scrabble with me? I'll make stuff up and make you believe it. You want to? I mean,
That's
Monopoly. I'm hiding houses and hotels, waiting for you to go take a fucking leak. I mean, listen to me. I've always got a $500 bill in my shoe. So it's like, trust me when I tell you, if there's any sort of competition, I'm cheating.
You cheating?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Funny. What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you something. Now I forgot. Oh, the stickers. We're going to give away another set of stickers.
Yeah. John Wilburn.
We're still waiting for him to come up with a.
Tony's laughing.
I'm being serious. I mean, I'm.
I hope this piston swap you're teaching me is legit.
The witch.
I hope this piston swap you're teaching me is legit.
Oh no. Everything that's on the channel is legit. I don't. Yeah. I don't. That anything we show or we demonstrate is like straight up. I don't play around like that. I'm
You
just
see the
thinking,
last
if the
Garage
competition-
54? See the last Garage 54?
which one was the wooden crankshaft?
No, the one after that. The one he puts his springs. They get springs the same diameter as the cylinders, and he puts them in on top of the pistons and puts a head on, and it's supposed to help push the pistons.
Oh God. How did that work out?
He cheated. He showed this whole thing, but he left the springs out. But it looked like he left it in, and he's driving around going, yeah, you can't hear him. I noticed the difference and all this. And then he's laughing. He goes, well, now we're going to do it right. And we really didn't put him in. Well, they put him in. Well, you know what happened. The piston wouldn't come up. So the starter clinked. Locked up.
I saw the wooden crankshaft, and it went
broke.
thick and it broke.
I looked at that and I saw it like 2 seconds. I go, that's going to break.
It gave me a whole new respect for crankshafts, though.
But they cranked it over without starting it, and it didn't break. Didn't break till they tried to start it.
Oh, Jason says he went to the store to buy stickers and they're not there. Where are they? Oh, Jason Gross, you got to go to UncleTony'sGarage.com. Our store is there.
You didn't take the Teespring.
I
thing
didn't
off
take
there?
the Teespring thing off yet.
Yeah,
I forgot.
That's really confusing.
It is
Yeah, the
gonna be-
Teespring, the thing that's on the bottom of our videos, I think it's like a hoodie and like a fucking coffee mug. or
Yeah,
something.
that's Teespring.
That's not us.
That's not our store.
That's Teespring.
Yeah,
Our store is at UncleTony'sGarage.com.
right. That's where the stickers are.
Right. We got to take that off of there.
All right, I'll do it.
See, I went there looking for shirts and couldn't find them.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
mentioned that
because
happens to a lot of
it's
people.
Yep.
it's on the website.
Yep. Well, that's where I found this.
And they're glorious shirts at that.
All right, Plymouth question coming up for stickers.
Oh my God.
Plymouth question. All right.
Okay, this is for a pair of stickers.
Yep, show them the stickers.
Show you the stickers.
All right, when the Puritans first settled the Plymouth colony in Massachusetts in 1620, what is the group name for the 5 tribes of Native American people a treaty was signed with?
This is a wow. This is a Gar question.
It's a Plymouth question. When the Puritans first settled the Plymouth colony in Massachusetts in 1620, what is the group name for the 5 tribes of Native American people a treaty was signed with?
John, I'm impressed. He took this to a whole different place.
I'm a history buff, and I don't know that.
Cuda.
That's a Plymouth name.
The Scat Pack.
Indians. Roanoke. Iroquois. No, they want 5 names, guys. You gotta list 5 names.
Is it 5 names or is it a group of the 5?
When the Puritans first settled the Plymouth colony in Massachusetts in 1620, what is the group name? Oh, the group name for the 5 tribes of
Minimoan Japanese.
Native
That was a
American
name. It's a
people a
group
treaty was signed with. All right, what's the group name? Don't cheat, UT.
Man,
The
where did you
Patience?
come up with
Oh,
that?
Lucas Crockett wins. Lucas, it's Wampanoag.
Oh.
Lucas, send me your address.
They never
Send me your
called one of the
information.
towns
I send you stickers. UncleTony'sGarage@gmail.com. Well, that was an interesting question.
Yeah.
I
that-
expected a car question.
Yeah, no, he took it to a whole
But he took it a
different
Plymouth question.
Damn, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
What else does he know?
62 Dodge Dart says, serious, John? Oh my goodness. What is the best adjustment with a flux capacitor?
Flux capacitor.
Lucas cheated. He even spelled it right here now. Says Lucas won. Yeah. No, I'm not sending him used stickers.
That's that police officer driving that Toyota.
Let's see. I had a 1963 Wampanoag.
I
Gotta
had,
get
one,
some Wampanoag logos made.
I had one of those removed from my lower back.
Yeah, you broke your Wampanoag.
Oh my goodness. So okay, so that's it. So we gave away 2 sets of stickers.
We can't give away any more.
gave
We'll
away-
starve to death.
We gave away 3 sets.
3 sets?
I
Okay,
think we
and a
did.
hat and a
shirt.
t-shirt.
Yeah,
All right, cool. We'll give away more stuff next week.
yeah. Next week.
Bring
we'll,
some cheese.
Jeez.
Yeah, we'll give away food next week.
Oh, and 0 won the license plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and a license plate.
What
Why
time
did
is
you
it?
win that?
It's almost Green Acres time, right?
It's 9 o'clock.
Ah, we got a little.
Yeah, we've been on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's what we did. A football games wumped on a noggin. Okay. John says, last time I got some Wampanoag, I had to sneak out the back of the house. I can't. Tony, do you like the 1965 International trucks my grandparents had?
Yeah, I
I miss it.
I like those old internationals. Yeah.
Have you ever had an international?
No, my father-in-law did.
I never had one. It's about one of the oldest
Yeah.
cars in
You T-boned it.
I T-boned it.
Yeah.
My sister sold her Chevelle and she bought a, what was the little international called? Scout.
Scout.
She bought a Scout.
What's up, Olive? Let's see. What Dodge model comes out with double overhead carbs?
Say that again?
What Dodge model comes out with double overhead carbs?
What model?
But Dodge model comes in with double overhead carbs. Well, the street Hemi would be the.
Does he mean the ones that go the manifold
I
process?
don't know what that. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yo, Hudson's had the,
2-1 routes.
yeah, and they came with the big air cleaners
Yep.
on top. Yep, on a flathead 6 or 8 or something. Flathead 6.
Replica wants to know any reasons to avoid 3rd-gen Camaros?
Not really. I mean,
Body style's great.
they're a little heavy for what they are, even though they're made out of really tinny, metal. But no, they're good.
They're good. What is the antonym for Mopar?
Antonym is. Huh?
Something
Oh,
opposite.
the opposite.
I whispered. So.
Yeah, you have to whisper. I legitimately don't know. I can't know everything.
You weren't an English major?
No, I got thrown out of school when I was 16.
Because you're learning shit about cars.
The antonym of Mopar. stability, money, a peaceful existence. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Ah. All right.
And all of those things are highly overrated, by the way.
Thank you, Jason. Mopar equals junk.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue.
Anthony's junk.
Let's see.
You know what Mopar stands for, right?
Yeah, it means motor parts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mopar, my old pig ain't running.
Yep.
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 So when did the name Mopar come about? 30s or 40s or something? Or was it much
1930s.
later? 30s?
1930s.
Yeah, I got that shirt that has the old Mopar
But it was a
logo on
very
it.
inside term until the 1980s, really.
Yeah, I don't know when I first did it. Probably.
Well, I mean, it wasn't used
70s
as
or something.
widely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was internal.
Well, I mean, people on the street knew Mopar. I mean, so you go back to the 50s and the 60s, people would say Mopar, he's a Mopar guy. But it wasn't as pervasive as it is today. They would say, oh, he's a Dodge guy, he's a Plymouth guy, he's, you know, a Chrysler guy, mostly Chrysler guy. I still use that term a lot myself. Like, I'll say somebody's a Chrysler person. Because I go back to before the time when Mopar was the commonly used term on the street.
Yeah.
Like, Mopar was more of an insider thing.
Olive is sick. What's the matter,
Oh my
Olive?
God.
Get better.
Yeah, I hope you feel better.
Let's see. Too funny. Hey, Tony. Ever see air horns from the war powered by Mopars?
Sure. Actually, I think Garlitz has one of those.
I was just watching that video and they started like a Hemi up and ran a siren.
There's a video of that?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
And they ran this siren off a
Yeah.
Hemi engine.
Yeah. They use Hemis on a lot of applications in all sorts of industrial stuff. Industrial generators and water pumps. And
I used
all
to
sorts
see
of
them in
things.
California where they're
The irrigation.
irrigation. There'd be an old engine sitting there, and a lot of times there's a old Lincoln engine or an old Hemi, just sitting going. And one of those guys brings you a radiator. They need it right now, and they'll pay whatever it takes, man. I'd treat them right, but I'd put them first because they kill their crop.
JDM Ricer wants to know, why did Mopar make slant six motors? Why couldn't it be straight six?
A slant six is a straight six, but they did it to fit under the hood line of the 1960 Valiant, which was a European-style compact car. So they just tilted everything over 30 degrees.
Okay.
There's a kitten under that car there.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, kitten's climbing up into
Oh,
the
up
engine.
into
compartment.
the engine compartment.
Uh-oh. Get it out.
That cat's gonna, don't go up in there, cat.
Go get the cat.
I'm not going to go get the cat.
I'll get the cat. Here, you read the
No,
comments.
no. The
You're
cat's
gonna go
fine.
get
The
the,
cat's
just leave the cat.
walking off now.
The cat probably came out of there, or did he come in from somewhere? I don't know.
No,
Where.
I was watching and it was over there.
Oh, he was? Okay, I missed that.
He's under the motor now.
Well, at least it isn't warm.
Yeah,
That's what they
don't worry
like,
about
is
it.
go, in the, like 60s cars, 70s cars, and a fan shroud around the radiator. Cat would go up there and go to sleep in the
Yeah.
fan shroud.
Oh, I know. You know, back in the day when I was a regular mechanic, you know how many times in New York during the winter, how many times a customer would come in with all of the belts off their engine, and you open the hood and there's cat all over the.
Many,
Terrible.
I was a radiator guy,
Yeah, you saw them too.
Can you just get the cat out of there? Let me just like chase it away or something? Away from the
Yeah,
car?
he's just hiding under there.
It's just hiding under there for right now.
What if it's lost? Where's it gonna go?
It's a kitten.
Yeah, this is a busy street.
He's
Take-
hiding
take
from
the
all
phone.
the busyness.
Here, read questions.
Oh, I gotta read these?
Yeah. Oh, Uncle Kathy.
Bam, bam. Show the cat. Early versions of cat converters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cat converter. Shoot it.
Oh, that's terrible. Come on.
Uh, I'd get the kitty or the warm car owner when they. Yeah, okay. South Dakota, Kearney, Nebraska. In the house. Tony, what body? God, this goes by so fast.
She's good at this.
Tony, what body cam you gonna run? Oh, maybe you don't know about body cams. I don't know. Dean Stevenson, Fiat's Rock. Really?
Where's she
This
going
goes
now?
by so fast.
Uncle Kathy's.
He chased a squirrel. I don't know.
Oh,
John, we need a
Babe,
question for
babe.
the cat. I need somebody to read this stuff.
the cat just ran off into the bushes there.
Okay, Kathy may come back.
She's coming.
Dean Stevenson, power shift to you go.
I did that and broke the shifter.
I heard they were going to make vans at one time. You carry more people to help push.
I literally ripped the shifter out of the floor.
I ran into the books.
Yeah, I saw it went that way.
Here.
Which is where it came from.
Is
I
it?
tried to keep up, but I'm not good at that.
Oh, I'm not good at it either.
I think we should try to wrap it up soon, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't see what time it was. She's
It's-
got my watch.
I don't know, but my throat's all stuck now.
My watch has a phone in it.
Feral cats make lousy pets. Yeah, I know. I'd gotten one before.
I
She
got
was
3
feral.
cats.
She was crazy.
The third one's kind of a pain in the ass. Not a cat I like a cat.
Let's see. How many
cat-
dodgy main bearing repairs have you attempted?
I've attempted many dodgy main bearing repairs.
Dodge what bearing you do?
Feral
That-
cats eat chickens. Do they? Maybe, yeah. If they're hungry, they will. Anthony says, have you thought about making the Duster a mod top car?
I want a mod top car in the worst way, and if it was a 70, I absolutely would.
What
But
is that?
They didn't have it past 1970 was the last year for it.
What's a mod top?
It was a floral pattern, like a shower curtain.
Oh,
What's up, Ron Ward?
I've seen those.
Yeah.
Not many.
I would love to have a mod top car, but it
It's
has
gotta
to
be the right year.
Is it like Paisley or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, that's the one I saw. It was a green Paisley in Tucson, Arizona.
Feral chickens eat
It was
cats.
a 70 Coronet.
Yeah,
Is that something? Yeah.
it was available across the board on all of the cars from that year. What's going on, man?
70 Coronet's probably my favorite Coronet. You guys got those 2 oval bumpers up front?
How do you identify transmission models?
What's that?
How do you identify transmission models?
Identify transmission what?
Models.
I guess at them. With YouTube.
Oh, okay.
You wanna say
You
hi?
want to be on live YouTube?
Come on, come on.
I'm not work uniform. I can't.
Okay.
Okay.
If I was in my uniform, I would.
All right.
Good night, John R. Lawn chairs rock. Yep. Yeah, I tried to get the cat and it ran away. How many times have you burnt yourself, Tony?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
I have no original skin.
Yes, you do. Stop, don't exaggerate.
Where is it?
Don't
If it's
exaggerate.
original scale, it wouldn't be big enough.
No, I'm serious. What original skin do I have? At one
Plenty.
time or another, I've burned or ripped off all of it and it
No,
grows
you
back.
haven't. Not all of it.
Where? What haven't I?
Tony, obviously, you have some of your original skin.
At
I don't
one
think so.
time or another. At one time or another, it's all been either burned off, ground off, ripped off, shredded. At one time or
It
another.
dies
not
and it
all at
falls
the same
off. You don't
time.
even know it. Yeah, it's all new.
What happened, Robert's Garage? How'd you get booted? Maybe it was an accident. I don't think anybody booted anybody on purpose. That happens sometimes. No one has original skin. Okay, yeah, we know that, John. It sells recycle around 90 days. All right, we have to get technical now. You're a completely different person every 7 years also, so
Here's some of my original skin.
maybe eyelids. Oh my goodness. Good night, Kurt.
So which is the worst way to get rid of skin? Burn it off, ripping it off,
Burn
cut
it.
it off, burn it off.
Burn it
Man,
Your epidermis is showing. Remember that when you were like a kid?
what is that?
Your epidermis is showing. It's like a fifth grade joke.
Burning it off is definitely
Nah,
bad.
I don't like that.
Grinding it off is a close second, and with the same result at the end.
Depends how deep it is. What I hate is when you see the white meat
Yeah.
just before the blood. That's-
How many times have you seen your bones?
I lost count, but it hasn't been that many.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I've seen plenty of times.
Yeah, I worked in an aircraft plant, and we had drill press. And guys go on, I don't know why, they go on there and they wear gloves and run the, this is a big ass drill press. And one of them wound his hand all around and tore the shit out of his, pulled, made a mess. Ended up in the hospital, and I gave a big old safety briefing about, don't ever do this. And within a couple of days, somebody else had done the same thing. Wound their hand around,
You know what I'm
found
always
drill
surprised
press.
at? Like when it's got like a gaping wound.
Shit.
How clean everything is in there. Like my bones are like shockingly white.
White.
You know?
Man, wheel alignment rack. There's these two ramps we drive up, and there's a pin, and you pull the pin, and then we slide the ramps up there at the end of the day, and you close the door. So one of those pins is broken, so the boss just stuck a bolt through it with a nut on the backside.
Okay.
Well, so when you're pulling on that thing, that nut gets stuck in the hole. So I'm doing that, and there's two things like ribs underneath that ramp. And I'm pulling on it, and that ramp finally comes out and goes wham, slams down. And that rib just goes, it's wide. It's like an 1/8 inch wide, but it's still cut all the way through the bone. I'm like, and there was a hospital 1 block away.
Wilco says, as a safety guy by trade, follow the manufacturer's recommendations. If they say not to wear gloves, don't wear the damn gloves.
So I walked up to the hospital, and it was a Saturday, so the regular doctors weren't there. There's a guy in the emergency room, and he's a gynecologist, and he sewed my finger up. And he says, I want to see you in 3 days. So he made an appointment for me to come in the office. So I go into his office, and I'm sitting there. All these women are sitting around there because it's a gynecologist, you know. One of the women says, what are you here for? And I said, I'm here to get my stitches taken out. So,
Did he use like a maxi pad as gloves?
not many men come into a gynecologist to get their stitches taken. So it's like, that was one of those times I could see my bone. Not fun. Oh, God.
Ron Ward says he got to announce a killer Division 5 race this weekend and had a blast with stock, super stock, and comp. He says, I sure wish the NHRA would realize how much fun these folks have at the sportsman level.
Yeah, no, the NHRA doesn't realize anything. Hopefully they'll be gone soon. Over. Done. What?
Okay.
They've destroyed drag racing.
Yeah, they lost some sponsorships, right?
They started destroying drag racing in 1973 when they took on the Winston money, and then it just, ever since, it was just been a rampage against the regular guy, the regular hot rod. No hot rods allowed. That's fucking NHRA. The sooner they go, the better off everybody will
So it's
be.
all professional, high dollar shit. That's what they want.
They destroyed it. They destroyed drag racing. The sport of the people.
Here now is asking, what is better, Aaron Head or Aaron Manifold?
What?
Aaron Head or Aaron Manifold?
I have no idea what
What's
that means.
better? I guess airflow in the head or the
They
manifold?
go hand in hand.
Yeah. Okay.
I got another question.
Oh,
You take manifold, you match up the port to the head,
right,
because if the head is smaller, you'll have a lip there.
right.
But if it's the other way,
You
does
lose
it matter?
velocity.
Because you get a vacuum back in there or something, or what happens?
It loses velocity.
Oh, because it goes, it's like
It's
a,
going to a larger
it-
opening.
right,
But
it's like
the
a,
upside of that, and a lot of people don't realize this, the upside of that is that because it's going from a smaller opening to a larger opening, it also drops the temperature of it.
Oh, it would be like an air conditioner. And you've got fuel in there too, so it's
Having the intake port, the port in the head, larger than the port in the manifold is not always a bad thing.
it's a
But the
it's
other way around is always bad.
it's a divergent duct which is going to cool it.
Yes.
Should have been thinking.
This is why you get paid the big bucks.
Jupiter Mustang Mike says, I watched Test and Tune in 1968, 69, 70 at Kilrica. Grumpy was my hero.
I met Jenkins a few times. He was a good guy. Very interesting to talk to because of the way he would talk. Jenkins, he, if you would ask him a question, or you'd say something to him, and there would be this long pause. Because like he would, like literally, it didn't matter what question you asked him. There would always be this long pause because he would think through the whole thing to give you the most accurate, I can't explain it to you. He was a very unique communicator. Which is why a lot of people call him grumpy. He was not grumpy. He was anything but grumpy. He was actually a pretty good-natured guy.
He was thinking.
He was thinking. So you ask him a question, and there's this long pause, and you think he's ignoring you, but he's not. He's thinking through the answer to give you the most concise, answer that there was.
Deep thinker. Yeah. What's up, Mike Hickendell?
It's the Kickendell.
Yep. Have you ever used oval exhaust?
When you say oval exhaust, I don't really know what you're talking about. I've used D-shaped exhausts. Oval, no. No, not that I can think of when I ever had an actual oval exhaust port.
George Bonnie says Elon Musk talks like that with long pauses.
It's a sign of great intellect.
He is not the best speaker. He says some interesting things.
He may be completely batshit crazy, but he's brilliant. Sanity and brilliance don't necessarily go together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he's an interesting guy to listen to, but come on, I feel like helping talk. Yeah, I don't know.
They're very conscientious of the words that they speak. That's what it is.
How do you port match an intake/head, not gasket match, but actually port match?
The easiest way is to gasket match. If you gasket, what I do is I'll lay the intake, I'll lay the gasket over the port, bring the port to the size of the gasket, then do the same thing to the head. Put the same gasket, same position over the head, paint it, and then match that. That's the easiest way, is just to use the gasket as a template, as a guide.
Kickendell's asking if we got the new rear axle yet.
Yes, it's right here.
It's in the truck.
It's in the
Yes.
truck.
We got it yesterday. Let's see. Did you watch the Bud Lindem road tests growing up? I'm hooked on watching them.
I never saw them when I was growing up, but I saw them years ago when they first started popping up on YouTube. They're awesome.
What is this?
The Bud Lindemann road tests.
Oh, I don't even know what it is.
Oh, Google it.
Okay.
Google it. When I was a kid, I used to read the Car Life road tests, and I think he was one of the testers for Car Life. And those were
Remember
the
that
best.
magazine?
Car Life was the best.
I used to get that magazine.
It had no hot rods in it. You know what I mean?
No, it was
It was-
all stock stuff.
But I loved reading. It was just they were so detailed about everything that they did with the cars. I was like, I was a little kid, and they were doing a lot of cars that I had no interest in, but they were just so detailed about the information that was there.
When I moved from Arizona to here, just last year, I was digging, packing stuff up, and I found some old Car Life magazines.
They're
I
the
kept
best.
them. I still got them. I got
They're
them
the best.
somewhere.
You could sit and read anything that was in those Car Life magazines today, and it's still entertaining. It'll keep you riveted. It could be like, the gas mileage shootout between the 5 most popular station wagons, whatever it happens to be, right? but they're so detailed about everything that they did. It's fantastic reading.
Rampant's SGV says, I remember you mentioning in a vid leading to Bottle Rocket that you had some ideas of late model Mopars that would be a good candidate for Budget Fast. What were you thinking of?
I was open to anything. But I wanted to do something like on one of the cloud cars would probably have been my choice, just because it's so common and so cheap.
Man, they're cheap, and they're still around.
Yeah, and I almost bought a Daytona, a 4-cylinder Daytona, and something happened with that, and then we just intercepted Bottle Rocket as luck would have it. But yeah, cloud cars are everywhere.
Oh, you see them for $300 or $400, and they're
Yep.
running.
Yep. That could be a fun thing to do. Just pick up one of those off of Craigslist, gut it, put a bottle on it, and just go have fun with it.
Good for the bottle on it.
Anthony wants to know, when you bolt the intake down after gasket matching, how do you know the port floors and roofs are still equal?
You don't necessarily. It depends on the intake manifold. If it's an open plenum, if it's a single plane manifold, you can generally get a light down there and catch a corner of one of the. So if one corner is good, odds are the other ones are going to be good too. If you go by matching it by the gasket, if you're very careful about how you center the gasket on both the intake and the exhaust, you're not going to be off by more than a hair.
Put a bolt in it.
Dan wants to know, can you weld a patch in a body panel with a stick welder?
No, I wouldn't try that. Go get one of them Harbor Freight flux core welders. I got them everywhere. I love those things.
Yep, small 110 volt.
Just carry it with you everywhere. Anything you need to do on a car, you can do it. You can't do aluminum. All right, you can't do aluminum. But any sheet metal or frame repair or anything like that you're going to come across on anything that we work on, like in the world of this stuff, to one of those that go get yourself a $109 Harbor Freight welder and just go melt fucking metal.
Isn't that amazing?
I love those things.
Good night, Dave. Let's see.
Except I've converted all that stuff to gas.
I like flux core.
And you like the flux core. I should look at that again.
I never have to worry about the bottle running dry. I'm empty.
Oh, and that's a big old hassle.
The bottle always runs out when you're at the most critical part of the thing that you're doing. You ever notice
Oh,
that?
yeah, and
It's the
and
universe.
wire,
There's always
the wire runs out.
Oh, well, I mean, the wire was going to run out.
Yeah, I
You
know.
throw another spool in. But the bottle, you know what I mean? It's like, unless you're a professional welder where you got 2-3 fucking bottles ready to go. You know what I'm saying? It's just too inconvenient. With
Yeah, I
flux
never
core,
have.
it's like,
I don't have extra bottles around.
Ron Ward wants to know, tech question. Why do you prefer Edelbrock / Carter carbs over Holley 4150, 4160 carbs for daily drivers?
just because it's so much easier to make fine-tuning adjustments on. Like for instance, okay, change of the season now, right? We're going from the summer, right, where there's no air. You go into the winter where there's crazy air, there's oxygen everywhere. It's a simple metering rod change. It takes a minute. You know what I mean? Pop the tops off and change the drop rods, and it changes the whole personality of the car. It's a 2-minute tune-up that enhances the car. You can do it any time.
Mopar Den says, my introduction to vehicle repair.
Here we go again.
Hang on, guys. He says, my introduction to vehicle repair and maintenance started back in the 70s on my 62 VW using John Muir's How to Keep Your Volkswagen Alive, a Bible for
I
maintaining
remember that book.
a car for many still today.
I worked on a ton of Volkswagens back in the day. They were everywhere.
You know, they were, and they kind of just went away, and I don't really remember them going away. But
Yeah.
one day, it's like
One day they were just gone.
they were gone. They were everywhere.
We were lucky to be wrenches when back in the day.
My
You know
first
that?
my first radiator shop There's like a parking lot right here. Next door to me was a place that fixed Volkswagens. And I remember one day just trying to park a customer's car, and I started counting Volkswagens, and they had 55 Volkswagens out there with no engines in
Now,
them.
isn't it ironic that you had
Holy
a ready to
shit.
shop and your next door neighbor was a Volkswagen
Volkswagen.
place?
They
They were all air cooled back
they
then.
had cars jammed where you. And I counted 55 dead Volkswagens out there. Man, you guys got to do something about this. I don't
You
have
know,
any parking spaces.
The thing about Volkswagens is they started with the most eternal thing there was. Those bugs, you couldn't kill them. You did kill them, you could revive them in nothing. You know, nothing flat, just basic hand tools. Right? The motor swap was 4 bolts.
I think then it was valve jobs a lot. They were
I'm
always
just saying
doing
they were
valve
like
jobs.
indestructible and they were easy to fix. And now the Volkswagens are the exact opposite. They're
Oh, it's
fragile and impossible to fix.
Horrible. Yep. Oh yeah, Volkswagen. They had, like I said, 55 Volkswagens out there with engines out of them, but they put engines in 10 of them a day. You know.
Big Daddy Schwal says, I'm thinking of restoring a C3. Should I fix up the stock 350 or swap in a new crate motor?
I mean, it just depends how inclined you are. You know, I mean, the crate motors, they're of questionable quality. You know, I know a guy that did a crate motor not too long ago, or last year, a bad lifter in it, and it wasn't that the lifter worked flat. There was no C-clip in the lifter, and it would pump itself
Oh
up
shit.
and float the valve. So, and it was a brand new crate motor. So, I mean, honestly, if you're inclined to do the motor yourself, I would do it. Not only for the experience, you know, if you've never done it before, there's a sense of satisfaction when you turn the key and the thing lights off and, you know, it's making noise and heat and power and everything. It's like, man, there's nothing else like it.
You know what your own ring gaps are and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, if I were you, I would be more inclined to do it myself. If it's possible, if you can.
Scott Kuhn says 50 years ago the owner's manual told you how to latch the valves. Now they tell you not to drink the contents of the battery.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I go to a manual now. I'm looking for some detail in air conditioning, and it says it gets the part where what I need to know, and it says to take it to your dealer. It's like in the manual.
You know what
Like,
would be
really?
a great video? You know what I'm gonna, you know what all right, you remind me to do this. Remind me to do this tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay? You know what? It'll be a great video. I touched you.
I noticed that. you went around the barrier.
All right, listen.
Just poking at me.
You know
Okay.
you know what's a great video? Take a fucking schematic from any car, right? From 1967, let's say. 1965.
That'll fit on one page.
One page. It's like you could draw it out like this. Then do one from 1975. Then do one from 1985. You know, it just show the complication, how it went from this simple, basic thing to like, oh, you know what I mean? Let's
Oh
do
yeah.
that video.
You got a canvas.
Now somebody else will probably do that video.
We'll do it better. We'll do it better.
All right.
I want to wrap it up.
Okay. Okay. You want to wrap it up?
Do we have any hanging questions? Or-
I'm looking.
Hanging
Hang on.
questions.
Well, you know, you don't want to just cut people off. You got to give them some fair warning that we're going to wrap it up.
Went to buy a utility knife at O'Reilly's. Right there on the package in big red letters, blades are sharp.
It's a warning. Do not open.
For external use only.
Shit.
Do you like classic high-end mopeds like the New Yorker or Fifth Avenue?
Yes, I do.
Good night, Dean. Let's see.
God, I just bought something that said it causes cancer in California, and I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. I think it was a muffler. It's like, don't eat the freaking muffler. You know? Shit. Oh, some big thing like that made out of steel.
No, we didn't do live last week. Tony was in Arkansas. Good night, Trug Life. Thank you, Matthias.
So what are you going to do with the bikes?
Let's see that duster green. Yeah.
One step at a time. You'll see it green hopefully this week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole thing of its own.
Yeah, and I'm totally absorbed in it right now.
Winging It Tracy says, I've been playing with pushrod lengths gained. 0.010 roller rocker is a little off center of the valve stem. Don't know how far off center I can get away with.
The rocker is off center of the valve stem.
Yeah.
as long as you've got full contact between the roller and the stem, you should be okay.
How did that happen?
I would worry about it if you don't have full contact. You know, but yeah, if you're off 10, 15 thousandths of an inch to the side, don't worry about it.
Are we gonna see you tomorrow? We're we're doing a video tomorrow. We'll have a video up.
Yeah, we're gonna have a video. We're going back to the old guy Steve, and we're gonna do another video with him tomorrow because of popular demand. And I absolutely enjoyed doing that last one with him, so we're gonna do another one tomorrow.
Okay. Let's see. Turbo Slant 6. How is that project?
I was over at Jim's yesterday. He had a show that he had brought a couple of cars to, so that took him off path, and now he had a issue with one of his wreckers, so he's working through some stuff, and he'll get back on the slant probably this week at some point.
Good night, Wendy. Yeah, the Ranchero's badass. It was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Yeah, you're gonna get a whole tour and a drive in that car tomorrow.
This is my first live, and I will definitely be back next week. Thank you, Ben.
Awesome.
Hopefully, we
joining
can
us.
be entertaining next week.
All right, but that's it. Buff, do you have anything else you want to say to the world?
Oh, we said a lot tonight already.
We did say
Yeah.
a lot. Well, so are you up for the Uncle Crystal bracket racing? challenge?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
All right, we'll talk about this.
All right. Are you
Okay.
ready? You done?
I'm done.
Buff, you done?
I'm done.
Yeah, okay, I'm done too. All right, guys. Have a
John
great
Wilbur,
night. Thanks for
Full Bar.
coming out.
Ari, was Ari here?
Ari
tonight?
was here, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are mods. Thank you so much. Everybody contributed to Super Chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you
That's
for
what keeps the wheels
subscribing.
turning over here. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for joining us. And you know what? That's it, right?
See you tomorrow.
I think that's it.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I would just like the old see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's what you say at the end of every
that is
video.
right. But
Right.
this isn't really a video. It's a live.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
right. So we'll see you in a week from now.
Yeah.
I'd rather say "Viva la calzone."
Okay.
What does that mean?
Long live the calzone. Huh?
Ah.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.